Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Okay, over to you. Right. Thank you. Yeah. Good evening. Can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Adebolanle, the admin for Eli Comtech. We are all welcome today. Thank you for joining us. I believe we all have a great day. Yeah, quick one. We'll be starting our training for tonight, and I want us all to know for anyone in this life or anyone being referred to as an expert was also once a beginner. So whether you have a background knowledge about computer or not, I want to believe as you join today's section, you you will be glad you did and you won't regret. For those that are being called experts, they once begin in a day. And today's section could be the beginning of your own cybersecurity journey as well. So there is nothing to worry about. You can be rest assured that you are definitely in a good hands. And without wasting much of our time, I'll be introducing our technical director in person of Mr. Stephen Joseph, who will be taking us through today's demo and briefing. So what I would like us all to do is stay engaged. Pay close attention to every details, the live demonstrations, keep your questions for the interactive sections. In case you have any question, any curiosity in your heart, whatever clarification you need or you want, so you can definitely ask some questions during the interactive section of today's demo and briefing. So I would like to invite Mr. Steven to start today's demo and briefing. Welcome once again. I remain Adebolanle, the Laptop Comtech admin. We will definitely be seeing messages from me, updates on one or two things, and I believe this journey you won't regret. You put in and you put up with us. Thank you, Mr. Steven. Over to you, sir.
All right. All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be enabling my audio. So thank you so much. Um, I believe you cannot see my screen. I've already shared my screen. I think long ago. So I just want a confirmation from someone. You can see my screen. Please let me know.
You can see your screen.
All right. Thank you so much. Sec. All right, so we kickstart right away. Yeah, I know a lot of people they've all reached out. A lot of people reached out to me personally. Had set series of conversation with some persons, and yeah, I know a lot of people are newbies in the IT space. So whether you are a newbie or you are in the tech space, tech it's wide. Okay, I think I need to just enable my video right away. Okay. Okay, so I want to see those down. Yep. All right. So, okay, Mr. Effects, thank you for joining us. So, so good evening, everyone, once more. So, I was saying a lot of people are newbies. Yeah, some people do like, how do I start this journey? Where do I begin? Is this training physical? Is this training virtual? So I even prefer virtual than physical, like me. So, would say, I reside. I don't even base in Lagos State. Yeah, a lot of people will say I even know of someone that is not even Nigeria. Yeah, I think two persons that are not from they're not based in Nigeria or joining us in this session. So different questions here and there. So that's one of the reasons why we had to okay, how practical is this session? Or so that's one of the reasons why we are setting up this demo. And so that's one of part of the reason. Yeah. to briefing. So we'll put everything together and yeah. So answer questions. I think that would be better. So at least see us and attend to questions, attend to your questions. Right. So I'm Stephen Joseph, technical director at Elite Tech. Right. So some people would feel Elite Tech is a computer institute. No, we are not. So that's one of the I think it's a lot of mistakes people make. So they say that maybe a computer institute that's run different courses. We are cybersecurity firms. We are cybersecurity firms. So our what we provide is security solutions. The whatever we evaluate is security solutions. So we don't do anything outside security. So that means if your decision or your choice is cybersecurity, then you're you're in safe hands, like my colleague said. Yeah, some persons, yeah, they've already registered, yeah, they're in this call as well. Yeah, some people they just want to say, look, let me even get to ask my question, or let me see them like doing one or two demonstration. Yeah. So okay, I like to contact our office is at if you know Sule very well, our office is at Cathay. Yeah, it's like someone is trying to join. Not seeing anything. Okay, Mr. Isve said he's not seeing anything. Someone should confirm because maybe it might be from his own end. So someone should confirm if you're seeing my screen. Someone please confirm. Mr. Isve said he's not seeing anything. Is anyone seeing my screen? Screen is already shared. Let me move to a different environment.
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah.
seeing, I'm
All
seeing
right.
it.
All right. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Israel, probably you would log out and connect back again. Okay. So let's see. Log out and connect. So I was saying that our office is at Surulere, Kate, very close to Kilo. So the uh we don't kind of say okay, we're having a training January or having another training March, May, like that. No, it is not. So we did this once in a while, right? So I said in our last session, these are final demo, right? So see today's date. So for those that it's clarity, right? So in case they are reviewing, so today is 26th, right? You can see the time Nigeria time here, 26th of July 2026. So um, for the for those that know Sule very well, yeah, yeah. Some will come. I believe most people want to come into the office, right? So just let me know. I'll give you address. So it's by daily based streets. So, but we don't, like I said, we don't. We're not a cybersecurity. We're not a computer institute. They do a lot of courses. So when you're coming in, it means you're coming in for inquiry. Yeah, you're not coming. Oh, it's training ongoing, or you want to confirm one or two things here. You can come. Fine. So, but what I'm saying is not an open office whereby you'll be making inquiries. So if it's not online, if we don't reach out, if you don't engage us, well, there's no training. Yeah, so I was at Abuja. I think I made mention of that during to say our
They say
last.
life for our own not sport.
So I needed to mute Mr. Sunday. So I was at Abuja 3 years ago. Like we went to it's just a very Galaxy backbone. I don't know if anybody knows about that place. So it's a 9-story building. So it's opposite Taj Banks. Right. So we went there and I pioneered the training for a light context. So we trained the organization, their staff for a full 1 week, right? So 1 week. So at times we go out to train organization their staffs. So that's for that. So yeah, we do that. But when we organize trainings like the cybersecurity trainings, so either we engage people privately or we just post it on our social media platforms. Okay, connect. I mean, for those that are really know that sees it, you're interested, then why not? So the training is not for everyone. It's for those that are willing. Yeah, first thing first, you have to be willing. Right. So it pains me that some people they have the money, they want to register, but they are not willing, just want to get certificate. You will be locked out of training. Right. In if you miss your tax, three assignments, you will be locked out. If you don't, you will just be in that, you will be in the group, right? Our Telegram group is still is up. You'll be in the group, but you just notice that somehow you've been yanked off, kind of. So that's first thing first, you have to be willing. Yeah, so painful that some people they even have the laptop, but they don't even know how to use it. Some persons they don't have up to minimum requirements, but they still have that zero. So the first thing is the yes, Then the second thing is the laptop. So what kind of laptop do I need for this training? Yeah. So you need a Core i5 minimum. Core i5. So we're not in for the money. The only what we need is just 10 or 9% for this training. Yeah, gotten a reasonable number. So we just want to do this demo because of those that are even in this yeah, people that have registered that with us. So just nine, 10% maximum. Right. So we have our Telegram group. I'll show you shortly. So people that are willing to join us in this journey. Okay. I was talking about your configuration of your laptop. So you need a Core i5 minimum. If you have a Core i3, you can still start something. But when we get to fifth week in training, you will not be able to the laptop will not be efficient enough to carry out all the tools and then all what will be evaluating. So take note of that. Then another thing again is this. Um Core i5, 8 gig RAM minimum. Then a 110 or 120 gig free space. Let me say 110 is fair enough free space on your hard drive. So this is my own primary laptop. The last session we did, I used the company's laptop, right? So I'll show you our website shortly. So like I said, we're not a computer institute, we're a cybersecurity firm. So here's my own laptop here. So it's a Core i7, right? 32 gig RAM, 4 gig dedicated graphics card. So I have two hard drives partitioned into two. I have two hard drives installed on this laptop, so partitioned into two. So mine is pretty high. Yeah, fine. So for a start, you don't need up to what I've got here. So I'm just letting you know. So you see a lot. So I have two hard drives. So a 512 SSD and then a 1 CB normal hard drive. So you need just you can see my own is showing where I partition the hard drive. So because I have a whole lot, you can see look at my screen, see a whole lot I have. So there are some servers I have not turned on yet, right? Because I don't need them. Yeah, I've not turned on. So I only turned on the ones we would likely use for today's evaluation and our demonstration. So I only turned on a few of them. So which you will need. So then that's for that. So laptop is important. So if you have a Core i3, before we get to fifth week, plan on upgrading or changing your laptop to a Core i5. Yes. So if you have 4 gig RAM on your laptop, it's not there. So plan to upgrade when we get to like fifth week. So for hard drive, there's no issues. You know, you can always delete if you don't have space. So that's for that. And so quickly, like I said, my colleague introduced me. I am Stephen Joseph, the technical director at Elite Comtech. So most of the time, I do all of the trainings myself. I'm the one in the forefront, right? to anchor most of the trainings. Yeah. So there was a time I was at Port Harcourt. I don't know if I made mention of that. Around Water Line. That was in 2023. 2023. Yeah. So I was at Water Line area in Port Harcourt. Yes. So the it was no 2022. Yeah. So that was my first Abuja was 2023. That was my first field training. I mean, yeah, to train up. So that one we anchored the training for a week stretch. So how did I start? I've been in this journey for quite some time. Yeah. So I know I used to be this very, very calm person. But yeah, very calm. Don't talk, do my thing on the low. Those that knows me online, we connect, explore. So sometimes when you are challenged to do a couple of things, like you don't know, you push yourself. See you pushing yourself. So I've been pushing myself, and I've in fact I will not say I've maximized all I've got yet, but I still have a lot to give out. So then I love and then what from that 2022, I started engaging, let's say, in fact, even outside our cybersecurity training, connecting with people, it might be on Twitter, especially Twitter or LinkedIn. So connect with people based on maybe posts I've done, I've created or comments I made. I've got a lot of people from YouTube comment section. So it's just from the experience. So you have to talk, you have to showcase yourself. So that's one of the things this training will do for you. You don't just train or learn and keep it to yourself. You have to showcase yourself. I've had a training with, not a training, a session with someone in Ghana to set up to deploy a solution, an IOME solution, for him on his laptop, just from YouTube comment section. Yeah, so that's what this training will do. So we want to be digitally positioned. So why you are even learning this thing? You are not keeping it to yourself. So we'll come to that aspect of it. So you can see me here on just a quick rundown. I think I did this last session. So you can just go check me out on LinkedIn. Right. So this is me on LinkedIn. You'll see how far I've been in this like so in this IT space. So I started far back in 2012. Then fast forward to 2000 and 2017. Yeah. So I got into cybersecurity proper in 2017. So that's for that. So you can just go on and check a lot. In fact, with this I think my about here. So that would give you a glimpse of what we can just pick from my own journey. Yeah. So the one thing that interests me here is there's a part here support. Okay, and I think it's not. It might be on GitHub, right? So what I'm saying in essence is this. What I'm saying in essence is this. I have this passion to train, like to power people when it comes to especially cybersecurity. I'm also a media guy. That's out of it. So, but that's fine. So then, if you come down to 2015. Let me show you my journey. Let me show you just taking a little time just to tell you who you are meeting because I'm going to be anchoring. I'm going to be the instructor. Aside being the technical director, I'm still going to be instructing 80% of the training, right? So a colleague of mine will do um, I think 20%. Yeah, so I started in Micro Stallion. So this is a company in Surulere. So you see a lot here. And if you see me here, you see how young I was then. So that was in 2012, 2013. So this is me here. That was in Fidelity Bank. I remember this is even 2014. So I remember then. So I learned a lot doing this experience. So we provide security solutions for them as well. No, then I was working as I was working as a network engineer. So then we provide internet services to most organizations and we connect branches like interconnect networks together. That's for that. So now for Elite Comtech, so the website is here. Like I said, Elite Comtech is not a computer institute, right? Cybersecurity firm. Take notes. So if you go search about computer institute or you might not get to sales, right? So you search for cybersecurity firm or maybe something that interests your niche, right? So we carry out vulnerability assessment for organizations, right? So VAPT for organizations, we carry out SIM implementations and the like. So this is just by the way. This is just by the way. And you can check Elite Comtech on YouTube. Yeah, you see a couple of videos or trainings that has been done. Right. So let me just come to videos so you see some of them here. So we uploaded some of them on YouTube. So take notes if at any point in time you're not hearing me anymore or my words are like you draw my attention to it. So it's important to do that. So you can see a couple of videos. So I think the last time I played one video, so let me just play one randomly. So let me just play anyone randomly. So you get to see me, right? So then confirm who this person is. So I don't know if the internet is fake. I want to see why it's saying now. This is so firewall can be the so this was physical. So in fact, after then we stopped doing this because all of these things that physical, all of these things that we're doing here, started doing more of virtual. So it was we discovered that when we do first, second, most people want to prefer virtual. Why? I'll take you down this journey. So we do the training so interactive. Yeah. So you can check us out on Facebook, TikTok. You can check us out on Twitter and the likes at Elite Contact. So that's for that. So now back to business. Back to what we have for today. So these are official flyer. So I'll be very, very quick on this because we have a demo. We have a lot to do and demonstrate today. So this is the demo. So this cybersecurity. Why cybersecurity? That's a very important question. Why cybersecurity? Like I say, a lot of people are newbies. A lot of people are newbies. I work for two different organizations, right? And I hardly go to the office. Very rarely. In fact, one since from 2020 during the lockdown. I think that we started working remotely. I think in March 2020. Yeah, maybe March. Yeah, March or April. That was when I started working remotely. So very very rare. So we've been exploring both. Yeah, so the other organization I work for, you can check it out on LinkedIn. You'll see a couple of one or two info about them there. So why I'm saying this, right? it has built me, or it has helped us, let me use the word, so to understand what practical is all about. What practical is all about. I'm in the field already, definitely. So for those that are newbie, if you say, I can't, except you don't even have the passion or you are not willing, take note. Otherwise, I prefer to even work with people that are new to this system. It makes me open up my mind, open up, like give out everything, break it down. Than, oh, some people that would claim, oh, I think I know about it, Mr. Steve, keep it, or ask questions they will not answer, or they have something they cannot provide their own idea or knowledge. It's if you have all of those kind of people, there are a lot of resources that we missed out. So at times I prefer to work with people that they'll make you you it's like you exhaust yourself. But like I said, it's a passion. It's a thing I just picked like suddenly in 2020, 2022. Started doing, yeah, 2022 when I after the Port Harcourt session or training. So now cybersecurity 100% practical, 5 months. So 5 months. So you will say, is it enough? Is it enough for me to learn everything? So everything here to come down to this our if I mean our outline. Is it enough to learn everything that we bundled in this e-flyer? How we going to do it? Like for 5 months. Yeah, this training is really, really, really intense. In fact, it's you when you start, I don't know if you have someone that is in the army, when they tell you how rugged their training is, you can't compare it with some, I don't want to mention names. There's some trainings on some, civilians or there's some, maybe not mention name. You see that trainings are not up to what the armies or maybe the navy or air force kind of training they undergo. So this is similar to this because when you kick start, right, it's like your time starts now. We keep That's one of the advantage of it's an advantage to some persons, and it's advantage to some and to another to other persons. One of the advantage of general training, once we've started. But if it's a private session, yeah, there will be a slow, because of it's a discussion agreement between I and the person that will be having the session with. But most times it draws me back. Or once we start, oh, Mr. Israel will say, Mr. Steve, please, I'm traveling. Oh, I'm going to Bayelsa. I will not take your laptop, please. Check our Telegram group, please. Attend to the task. So it's something very, 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 very important that that will disconnect you totally. So you have to send a mail to admin@elitecontact.net, even though you've addressed it to me. Let it be official. That will not be available for between so period. It doesn't mean you're not available for so period. Then we'll say, okay, when you are done, you will not come and have a special training, right? So the only thing I would do, which I've been told several times, which I do to bring you up to speed, engage you outside our general training. But at some point I'll get tired. When I know you're not forthcoming, there should be it. You've made that decision to start. So let's keep this. Let's get started. So I'm going to come to this. I'm going to come to this shortly. So let me go back to the this 100% practical training. So it stated here, this program is for people who are willing to learn, practice, grow. If you're not ready to explore, practice, and challenge yourself, this program may not be the right fit for you. Understand? So, and the training starts 1st of August, just 6 days from now. We're starting this training. Then December we end. So then projects start. After even before we end, you start working on your project, and there will be project defense, yeah, presentation. So you are not just coming to tell us stories. You are showing us your lab. You are showing us what you've built, what you've evaluated. So that's just it. So it's a live online like hands-on. So a lot of people I cannot even remember them. Chat me up and say, I prefer physical. Yeah, let me tell you how we run this training. So you know why we don't say we'll come to the office and every day some persons in Abuja wants to join this training. They already know about or they've had conversation. They'll be coming. Even people in Lagos, you tell them to come. The training will start from 9 a.m. to, for instance, let me say 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will come 2 hours to 20. See, I'm just watching. They will the record. They will do everything. They will come. They missed out. They'll be going back. You know, for even doing physical, it's only Saturdays. Yeah, so they will get trapped in hold up or be rushing. So this one you have to be prepared at by this time, 7:30 p.m. You are settled just like you all are settled. 7:30 p.m. the training kickstarts. So how do we do it? First thing first, like I said, your willingness matters. Because if you are joining this training, you're joining with your mobile phone. In fact, without a laptop, you cannot do anything with us. Join with a mobile phone. The training is not for you. A lot of people have reached out, say, can I start with my mobile phone? There's a lady from TikTok. I lost track. In fact, I don't even know if you later chatted me via WhatsApp. She got my number from TikTok. On Elites, their one of their flyer. They say uh, she just sent a message. That message was redirected to me. I said, no, you cannot use a mobile phone. She's willing. You cannot use a mobile phone. That's the sincere truth. We cannot tell you to start with a mobile phone. Let's take, for instance, that Mr. Effects or if he's installing and how do you install your mobile phone? We need your laptop. Your mobile phone will just support you one way or the other. We all know about this. So your laptop is very, very important. So we have a laptop here. I have my laptop here. I've already showed you the configuration of my laptop. So but yours might not be up to mine. If yours is even more than mine, you are good. So that means you will even install and explore more than I have. So but take notes because I'm in the field and this laptop is not meant for this training that we are doing. This laptop is meant for some. I said the last time that some organizations that their servers, I have them replicated on my lab. You understand? I have them replicated on my lab. I carry a lot of evaluation on this laptop. So now here we have one of the machine will be setting up. Okay, we'll be setting up a workstation. So for those that doesn't know what a workstation is all about, for those that doesn't know what a workstation is all about, so this is a workstation. So or let me call it virtual workstation. On that workstation, you will set up several virtual machines. Several virtual machines. We're going to set up a on let me just be specific. In this training, setting up a Windows server. I will have our Active Directory and domain controller. Right. So this will be the main server. In fact, the most important machine in all of these computers, I have over 12 of them here, is this server. Yeah, I'm going to come shortly. I'm going to go back on why cybersecurity. Ask that question. I would have thrown it open to everyone. Yeah, I don't want different question answers. So I'll give answers to which will balance talk with even those that are newbie, those that are newbie and those that are just or that are in the system already. So have our Windows server. Then we're setting up our Kali Linux. Then we're setting up our Microtik router. Then we're setting up a Metasploit table, setting up a software firewall. Right. So in our last demo, I said this is one of the most important aspects you would thank God that you joined this training, this software firewall. Right. Then we're setting up a client PC. Mine is not up here. Then we're setting up yeah, if you want to set up Ubuntu, fine. Yeah, there are cases whereby we need Ubuntu, but it's not compulsory, so we can still run it on our Linux, on our Kali Linux. They will setting up a open web app. So minimum of 6, maximum of 8. Minimum of 6, maximum of 8. That's if your system has the resources to carry out all of these machines. Thank you. So that's for that. Then why cybersecurity? Very important. Why cybersecurity? So let me come back to my server so you see something showing on your screen. So why cybersecurity? During our training, when we kickstart properly, we make use of a bank as our use case study. Why do we use a bank? Bank has a lot of confidential resources, information, data, assets. They have both we have the intangible assets, but we have the intangible assets, the tangible and intangible. In that banking hall, is there anyone here that's not been to the bank before? I don't think there's anyone. No matter what, that you have billions, you someday, somehow, you will step your foot, or you must have also maybe step your foot in the bank. Before you enter the bank, or even before getting close to the bank, just looking at the bank from the far distance, you see a fence. Right? You see a fence with electrical fence, or I don't know if there's a fence that we call metal fence. I mean, a fence, the bricks, then the electrical, what's it called, the barbed wire on top of the fence. A fence, not just those shallow fence. Like if you go to some places on the island, you see their fence is very, very low, very, very low. You can even just jump easily. So that's not it. So it depends on the asset they have there or the individual living in that place. So in that bank, they also have a security post. Has anyone been to the bank before where you will not see a security post or you will not see a gate man or a security man. Not one, not two. At times you see up to three or four or five manning the gates. Then when you come in, walk into the banking environment, I mean the compound, not the hall now. You will see this their electronic or their biometrics or their access control door that either you press or maybe it might be a facial recognition, something that would authenticate you or that would take you into the hall itself, to the banking hall. Yeah, you can't just walk in, even though you've gone past the security man. You can't just walk in straight up. After you've gotten access. You know, there are CCTVs everywhere. I don't think using bank as a case study. I don't think you've gone to a bank where there's no CCTV. After you've seen CCTV, you say, I don't mind the CCTV, Jare. CCTV is not seeing me. Let me just physically go and steal something. Even though you have that gift, or someone has the gift of stealing. There's cyber criminal and there is a thief. There are two different things. Cyber criminal is what we are focusing on, right? So there's a thief that will come in. He doesn't have the cyber techniques. He can just say, let me look for what to steal. Let me steal a computer. He doesn't know what to do with it. Let me steal anything or even cash. Cameras might not catch him or he might not be caught. That's fine. He's very good at it. So that's another form of security. He's still in that banking hall where we have in the banking hall, we still have you know in the banking hall, they have computers. They have servers that when you walk into the banking hall, that you don't see. Don't know. Has anyone gone to the banking hall? You see, you with your physical eye, you see their servers or their machines, their servers and their devices. So it's very well. So they have a server room, and sometimes most of their servers, their core servers, are not there on-prem. It has been deployed either on cloud or maybe their own DC, their own data center, which is offline somewhere in a remote location, or it has been deployed by maybe a third-party vendor that manages all of their resources. So banks are interconnected. So the reason why we are using banks as our case study is because it's going to help us to understand. It's something that we do. We open our bank apps and the likes. Take note, in this training, we'll be learning both the bad and the good. We're learning both the good. Let me start with the good. Okay, sure. Maybe I'll start with the bad. Okay, let's start with the good. We'll be learning both. No, I think the bad. Start with the bad. Learning both the bad and the good. So, like I said during our last demo, I said you're learning the bad doesn't mean it's is what we are shaped to do as cybersecurity professionals. No, we learn the bad, so we'll be able to know how to curtail them, know how to be able to mitigate their risks, know how to be how we can how be able to combat them or defend properly. Like you have in a team, you have the attacker and the defender. So let me not just go to that route. So now still continue with the banking environment. So they all have computers. The teller person will tell you, okay, come in, Mr. Romanus, come in. We want okay, what do you want to give us your account number? They will search all of those queries down to your database and likes to fetch out information about you or the accounts or whatever you want to do. You know, the cyber criminals, what they would look out for is those intangible assets that are flowing, those records, those things. Those are the things we want to learn. So we want to know how all of these things, how this all of those manipulations, those malicious activity acts, how it's been done. Definitely, they will know how to combat them. So now, when you walk into the banking hall, take notes. I mean, if you're in the banking hall and they're attending to you, every individual, every person, the banking staff now that's attending to you, they all have a valid username and a password to access the system. Now we're coming to the aspect of the security now, on a different in a different aspect now. Then a different if I'm the one to attend to maybe Mr. Israel and someone else is to attend to another person, yeah, I will sign in. If I move from my own laptop to Mr. Someone else's laptop, I'll sign in with my own. Just because or maybe different shift, everyone wants to trace down to who does who. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you something here. Okay, I don't think it's here. Okay, yeah. So we have this here. This is for though this is for we'll come to this. This is what security analysts would ask. Yeah, so security asks who logged in, from where, at what time, was MFA used, what changed, what files. This is most times when you suspect any suspicious activity. I mean, when there's a suspicious activity, right? So what which files were accessed, the administrator, the person in charge of that server, or the SOC analyst needs to have all of this. You don't need someone to tell you, right? You don't need someone to tell you before you understand all of this. So let me know, just take a look at this. I'll be going to the demo shortly. Then, like I said, everybody will have their own username and password. It's very important for authentication sake and for we want to do it down to like narrow down to logs, like what I showed you, who logged in. It's very important at what time. Then in that banking hall, they still have a firewall. Very important. In that banking hall, they still have a device that monitors activities. In that same banking hall, not a it might not be just a standalone device, maybe a device, but in that device, just like we have here, in that device, we have probably a monitoring tool. Let me just show you one here. Um, so we'll get to the demo shortly. So we have a monitoring tool that monitors activities going on in that environment. So let me show you this one here. So right, so whatever is going on is it captures it and say, okay, this activity is coming from this IP address down to this IP address. These are protocols. These are protocols, different protocols. So the indication is the color codes of the protocols. So we are coming to this shortly. So, but we need something that will monitor all of these activities in real time. Why are we monitoring this? Incident, anything can happen at any time. You can get caught. So security might not be 100%, but take note, but security should be 99 points. Might not be 100% because of insider threat. It's even still because of the insider. That was why we still need to harden our security enough. If we say, oh, we don't go outside, our communication is just within. Who told you? I see a lot of people say, I know a lot of organizations. There was a time, I think that was it might be in 2015. Then I was about leaving the company I worked with as a network engineer between 2012 to early 2015 thereabout, or maybe late 2014. Well, what happened? I think this incident should be in 2015. Yeah. So what they just do, they don't do too much, but they have internet connection there. They open their social media. They have some people that manage their social media. They receive mails. They do a lot of activities. So they think, because they don't provide any service to maybe any fintech company, or they think, oh, is everything is just within. They got trapped. They got attacked. Right. So let me just go to that incident. Let me not just go in detail. But what I'm saying in essence, security breach can happen at any time. Even you on your mobile phone, if you're not careful, you get attacked, even your bank account. So you open some apps, like you just discover that you begin to see a lot of funny behaviors on your screen, and you will just be clicking without knowing that the more you click, the more it escalates. That's for that. So now, okay, let me not just go too in depth about all of this, but take notes. I'm coming shortly now to our demo. So I was saying that every of these machines here, they are for different purposes. For those that said, I want physical training, take notes. If I show you my mail, I wish I can show you my, for security reasons, I will not show you my mail. I can be here, receive a mail 1 a.m. A ticket has been opened for me to provide support by clients, right? Okay, Mr. Samuel, please, give me VPN access to your server or to your, I just access, I just access, gain access, authorized access, take notes, not unauthorized access to a server or to their router, and I begin to check two logs, or they complained or about one incident. You understand? So I have a friend of mine, one of my best friends. He's into IT, he's into, but not going into cybersecurity, but he's in the IT space too. So he's working for two firms in Nigeria, and they won in one foreign country, one Eastern, I say Eastern, European country. I'm trying to, is it Bahrain or so? I mean, I think it's Bahrain. I don't know if Bahrain is an Eastern, is a, it's an European country. I can't recall, but I think it's Bahrain.
Mm.
Yeah. So he got connected, right? It was via LinkedIn, a solution he provided, like he shared. So he got connected, and he's been working with them now. If I'm not mistaken, this should be close to 3 years. If it will be getting up to 3 years now, he's been working with them without even going there. So what he does for them is mind blowing, mind blowing. You understand? So he has linked me up to carry out a VAPT on one of their server, which I did. He's my very good friend. So you can be anywhere and work, right? So we are coming to the aspect of the opportunities. So now, in just a few seconds, I'm going to be wrapping up this e-flyer. So now, like I said, there's a compulsory 60-day hands-on cybersecurity challenge. Very important. This is for us, we in particular. This is the aspect we put much focus on. If Mr. Israel or maybe Mr. Sam, let me see who is in this call, so I'll know I can be calling your names. Let me say when Mr. Samuel is here, Mr. Romanus, or he said, I don't want to join today. Oh, I'm having one. Yes, you're fine. You can join whatever, maybe you have something else to do, another engagement. But we record the sessions. You have to review it. It's a must. Even though it's not a must for us, right? It's necessary you review what has been done, practice. So we send it across to the Telegram platform. As the training is ongoing, we're all sharing our screen, we're all working together. Mr. Israel or Mr. Romanus or Mr. Ife, they are sharing they are working. We are installing, you are seeing my screen. You install, I install, or you install. At times it might be one of us here that will be sharing. Then I might not be sharing, just be directing. You install, others are installing, and everything is being recorded. If you're having any issue while you're deploying a certain solution, you know, you you engage us or you tell us, you will share your screen, and what we'll do is to assist you. If it's something that will take longer, we'll tell you, okay, after the session, connect back, or you can reach out to any of your colleague via our Telegram platform that has okay, let me just show you this is our Telegram group. Let me just show you. I know. Okay, this is our Telegram group. It's up already. Our Telegram group is up, and then we've shared few tools. You can see we've shared some tools that for everyone to download. So we've started engaging everyone, and this was one important message that was shared. So please do not install any of them yet. Right. So we'll go through this installation and configuration together during this training. Please don't install. So, but have all of this installed. So the couple of information has been shared via the Telegram group. So we have shared some tools, and more tools, applications will be shared via the Telegram platform. So for us to download. So you get instructions on what to do and what not to do. So I think that's for that. So that's where I will stop for on this aspect. Then before I go into the demo. Okay, the you can see us here, our other information on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook, and the training is just 220, two instrumental payments, right? So my phone number is here because I can technically explain further, right? So if you want to communicate or with maybe someone else, you can just check their platform, get a different number, maybe either website or social media. So you get a different number to uh, that you would reach out to. So that's for that. Now, this is what will lead me to the demo. Yeah. So the first phase of this training is computer networking. The first phase of this training is computer networking. You cannot be a cybersecurity professional without understanding uh, what a network is all about or how data flows within and across a network. So we have different roles here. You see all of these roles. Whether you're a SOC analyst, everything here is incorporated in this training. This I said training, our what's it called? Our outline. Whether you're a SOC analyst, you should understand a thing or two on computer networking. Very important. So it's not a core computer networking course. So I'm going to demonstrate it shortly. So a SOC analyst that will monitor uh, systems 24/7, detect suspicious activity, right? A penetration tester, you choose anyone, any of your choice. Just make any choice. So, but you understand everything, or you will choose one like master one. They understand everything. Security is the mindset. Security is the culture. So if you have, I don't even know how to like instill it on our minds now, because I'm in the field. If when I take security is the mindset, if you've watched, yeah, we give out three movies, compulsory movies to watch during this demo. I mean, during our training. The movies are compulsory, and you will summarize it. If you've watched 24 Hours, Jack Power, or you've watched what's the name of this 13 Bomb, or so there are a couple of movies that we share, but we don't share 24 hours, but we can recommend that because it's long. The movie is lengthy. So, but if you've watched that movie, you will see that different persons with what they do. You will see this person in charge of digital forensics. I don't know if you've watched the movie. Anyone here? You remember Chloe's husband, right? That was that worked in CTU. He was called upon because of he is a digital forensics specialist, right? So he recovers data. He collects when an incident happens. Most times is when issues or an incident has taken place. That's when digital forensics, you see them working. That's when we need them. If you know FBIs, we work with FBIs. You understand? So the penetration testers, the break in, I mean, the legally, that's the word, legally breaks in. So even though when you're doing it, you're learning your practice, sometimes you illegally do it. But you see the word, like I said, security is the mindset. It's ethical. We are doing ethical, not unethical things. Even if we are doing so many bad and delusive and malicious stuffs in this training. So, but take notes. We're only doing it for learning sake. So now, into systems to find weaknesses. So why are they finding weaknesses? We want to find it before the people that call themselves guns, right? So they have the negative mindset before they will get to find out those weaknesses or loopholes. Then we'll come to malware analyst. Then the malware analyst will do what? There's a guy as he finished he did one of our training. Like so he was part of us. He did a project on reverse engineering, malware analyst. So he to date, what that guy evaluated. In fact, that was 2 years ago. The project he presented is I will not say it's still the best, but you know what he did for us? What he did for us was beyond, when you see someone um that's created, that showed us, drilled down, investigated, went down to registry, showed us root causes of malware. Malware is just the name. Virus is a malware. Trojan is a malware. Um, ransomware is a malware. We have worm. We have a couple of them. So if you're a malware, if you feel that malware analysis is what you'll be doing, then take notes. So you should be eager to put much more. How will I say it? Um, you want to put much efforts, right, to learn this, to understand this. But like I said, everything is still bundled in the training. Then the threat hunter, the security engineer, the incident responder, then the network security engineer, then the IAM specialist. So everything here will be bundled. So there's a colleague that will take 20% aspect of the training. Yeah, he's very, very good at that, right? So he will take, then I'll do 80%. Have all of those resources and more hands-on. So that's for that. Now, like I said earlier, we are now onto the demo. If you have questions or you have maybe you're not hearing me or you're having any concern, or if the question is so urgent, you can just unmute, tell us your name and ask the question. You wait, there's a time for question and answer. So computer networking is the first aspect. So for the first fundamental, they want to define, if you're learning computer networking, introduction to computer networking, types of networks, network topologies, network devices. So we'll be using this for evaluation of computer networking. Like I said earlier, you can't be a network, I mean, a cybersecurity professional without understanding how network. It doesn't work that way. When you go to YouTube, you start learning cybersecurity. It's a lot of people they do that, right? So, but at times you need someone that will guide you from the fundamentals, or you someone that will give you a roadmap on how it's been done, or you want to be challenged. At times when you're challenging yourself, it's not always easy to, the speed might not be. But when you see people training like this that will challenge you, it's not something that will joke. I mean, the practical aspect of it. I don't mean, oh, we are telling you do, just do, or go and study. No. Practical aspect of it. So computer networking is very, very important. So this tool has been shared to our Telegram. I showed it to our Telegram platform for everyone to download, but don't install yet. We'll be installing it together. This is what we'll be using for our practical demonstration on computer networking. Yeah, so this is a router. Then this thing is blocking my view. Can I close it? Yeah. So then we have a switch. Then we have a laptop. So I'm going to just call up few laptops. Right. So then we have a wireless router. Then we have let me use a wireless PC that will connect to the wireless router. So we need to understand how networks works. We are bringing it down to even your home, right? We are bringing it down to your local environment, your local area network. So let me connect this. So take notes. I'm heading somewhere. You see, I'm not telling you the cable I'm using because this is not the training. I'm just letting you to know how intense and what to expect. So, and then one important aspect here in today's demo is the the roadmap is all I've started. Then the what's it called? 60-day challenge. Yeah, we need to understand how it's been done. Yeah, so we're not going to do that again. For those that have, yeah, they've already registered and they're in that platform. So this opportunity, if you're in this call, for you to know how it's going to be done. So but once we start, we've kick started. So and I believe someone should confirm. I believe this session is recorded. I don't know if my colleague is still in this call. So we've as it is now, we've established a local area network. Computer networking is a connection of two or more devices together, right? So for these devices to communicate, share resources, irrespective of their geographical distance. So how do they connect to each other? Can use cable, wireless, radio frequency. So right now I'm using a cable. This is a wireless. So like I said, we are bringing it down to your local network. Your laptop is connected to your phone, or your phone is connected to your laptop, whichever way, or your laptop is connected to your router at home or whatever. So before you'll be able to even have access to the internet. I can be connected to a router. If I don't have IP address, there's no way I can communicate. There's no way I can gain access or to the internet. So IP address is one important aspect you all need to understand. So we have the physical connection, but as it is now, they cannot communicate, right? So they cannot communicate because there's no logical. Let me show you. Let me show you again. There's no logical addressing. Logical ports. Logical laptop has no functional ports. So let me show you something here. Um, I think I hope I've opened this because it will not be funny. Start looking for it. Okay, this is it. So see all of these ports here, all of these ports. These are 15 ports mostly used by hackers. Yeah, it might be more than this or less. Depends on how you see it, how you see the security you're into. So this is just pretty little of what we can share or tell you that these are 15 ports. So you see all these ports or protocols. We call them protocols or yeah, ports are just binded to it. Protocols, what's it called again? There's a word. Protocols. I don't want to use the word services. Let me just call services. Yeah, I think the word I can use in exchange of to replace interchange protocols is services. So these are logicals. Protocols are logicals. You get. If you want to send a mail, there's a protocol that is responsible for that. If you want to access a certain device, there's a protocol that is responsible for that. So, but we have a whole lot of protocols. But with these protocols, an attacker in a network or a server theft in a network, these are the one of some of the protocols that they will be looking out for. So how would they look out for these protocols? We are going to show you one scans and show you how protocols will look out will be checked. So that's for that aspect. So now, IP address too is part of a protocol. So that's where I'm heading to. So if there is no logical, um, where is that thing again? So if there's no logical addressing, there's no way these devices will communicate. There is never a way. So, like I was saying, your laptop can be connected to your network, but if your laptop doesn't have IP address, let me show you what is IP address. Okay, I prefer to show you for security reasons. I'm a security person. I think security, I act security, even when wherever I am, I can be very calm. Do you know what thing this course has trained me to do? I might not be looking at someone, but I'm seeing I'm monitoring not like I'm monitoring kind of scanning the mind, or I'm kind of how will I say it? It's like every move, or there are cases whereby I've been maybe in a public place, something within me will just sniff, or let me know the word sniff. That would be wrong. So I just kind of scan through and say behind me something is about to fall, or someone just passed, or where you are, is this secured? Is this safe? This is the mindset. So that's the mindset. So now let me show you. Let me show you what I want to do here. So IP address. So IP address, this is IP address 192.168.10.245. Without this IP address, there is no way this device will be able to communicate with this device. There is never a way. So there is logical addressing and there is hardware addressing. That's the physical address, which is MAC address. So it is very, very important. So you need to understand that I say computer networking is the foundation of cybersecurity. Someone that will just run straight into there's even the aspect of GRC, yes, governance risk compliance. So you still need to understand fundamentals of computer networking. But the GRCs, they might not need computer networking to an extent. Yeah, but they still need it because they'll be part of a network, they'll be seeing IP addresses. So when you're seeing IP addresses, you want to be telling me, oh, Mr. Steve, please, what is this? What is this number? Or please, what device is this? Is this a router or is this a switch? Or I cannot connect. There are little things you need to do or you also have learned. So that's for that aspect. So IP addressing is very, very important. So let me go back to this. So now there's no IP address. IP address is of three classes. There are five classes actually. But for the networking aspect, we have class A, class B, class C. So we're going to understand IP addressing, which is the most important in the aspect of the fundamentals. Understand IP addressing down to IP subnetting, which is a little bit complex, not complicated, complex. Yeah, you get to understand it. Very, very important. You can't just jump into cybersecurity without understanding this. You say, oh, Mr. Steve, I know about networking. Let's just go straight. No, we need it. We are going, there's a roadmap, right? So we need it. Now, for these two, initially they were unable to communicate. So we need IP address. I said IP addressing is class A, class B, class C. So, and they have different range. So we have 192.168.10. I don't have that time to start explaining all of why 192, why 168. No. So I'm going to learn that during the training. So 192.168, or you can by chance just go to our YouTube page. If there's anything that we've done on IP addressing, you can learn. Might be the one. So now this guy has IP addressing. So if I put my pointer here now, you will see that fast Ethernet up 192.168.10.10/24 slash 24, telling me that that's a class C subnet mask. It identifies automatically because I did this. You understand? So then let me configure another IP address here. Then we'll see if they can communicate 192.168.10.11, right? Automatically gives me the subnet mask. Then I close this. Let's see if they can communicate. All right, so successful. These two guys can communicate now. So I can run a ping, just like you saw me running a ping or checked my IP address. I have 192.168.10. So I want to check if this guy is up. So ping stands for packet internet grouper. So 10.11. So it's telling me that this guy is up. So why do we need this? You can be in a network and you're running a ping to, in fact, most of our clients, right? If we need to confirm their devices, a public IP address, a device that has a public IP address. Most times, I don't want to go through. I don't want to just unveil some things, right? So we tend to run a ping, just for security reasons. So we tend to run a ping to a certain device. And if it's up, at times it might be up, but it's flapping. So this tells us that, oh, the device is up and there's no break. So if I want to check if internet is up on my, you can see that I'm running a ping. So this tells me my internet, how fast my internet is, how fast my internet is. By the time it goes high, the latency, when it increases, my internet becomes slow. When it decreases, the more it decreases, internet becomes fast. So it's not breaking. So I'm running a ping to Google DNS. So that's for that aspect. So now these two can communicate. So let's configure IP address on this. Like I said, we are starting with computer networking. So 192.168.10 dots. Okay, let me not use 10. Now let me use 11 dots. Let me say 11.12. So let me use 11.12. Close this and so take a look. So now let's confirm if these two can communicate, or let's use this one and this one. So in progress, failed. That's why I say we need computer networking. You know, I said earlier that we need IP addressing for them to communicate. Without IP addressing, there's no way this device can communicate. Even though they have MAC addresses, if you check here, they have MAC addresses. But without IP address, this is the MAC address. Without IP address, they cannot communicate. Without the logical addressing, they cannot communicate. MAC addresses, you all have your mobile phones. At times, when you don't turn on your data, your phone already has a MAC address embedded. Yes, there's a network address, or a network, let me just say a MAC address embedded on on the circuit or the board. So even though your laptop is not connected to the internet, but there's a MAC address present. So MAC address comes by default. But IP address is logical. MAC addresses are physical. So it's much more unique than IP address. So now, why then this guy was able to communicate with this? Simply because this computer has an IP address that belongs to a different network. How do we know? This is a class C IP address, and it tells me that the first, second, and third octet must be fixed, and I change this. So there's no way they will communicate. So if I'm configuring a class B in my environment, it means that the first and second network address, I mean, the first and second octet, that's the word. First and second octet must be fixed, right? The first and second octet must be fixed. So we need we need to understand these things. Without this understanding of networking, there's no way. Then we have wireless. These guys are connected automatically. If you check, they have a different IP addressing allocated to them. Now, we still need to access everything you're seeing here. Well, we are setting up a wide area network and a local area network. So IP addresses are, made a mistake here. So let me do it again. So it is 0.1. 192.168.0.1. So username and password is admin. So this guy just got connected automatically. There was no security measure. So we still need to implement security on this router. So the guy will not just connect. You understand? Will not just connect to our router. So even though it's default, we can just say elite test. So we're going to be setting up elite test, and I've saved it. Automatically they will disconnect. They've disconnected. So let me just use this one to just finish it up. They've disconnected. So I've set up a password. Elite 12345. So a simple password, right? I said during our last session that as a cybersecurity person, just learn the habit of having passwords. On learning, like you don't use 1, 2, 3 passwords in all of your accounts. Minimum you would have, let me tell you, let me not exaggerate, okay? Maybe let me exaggerate, because this applies to me. So some people say might be I'm exaggerating. Minimum for me, I'll tell you, would have is 50 passwords. Minimum. How do you remember them? Don't worry, join you. You get to understand. So I'll tell you that I have over 100 passwords. Say, how do I remember them? Yes. Is there, so there's a culture, there's something that would help you understand these things. So I don't want to just break in so it's proper now. So now this guy is connected. These guys have changed this. So So now you can see here, this guy has to connect. So I gave it a light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are basic things like as a network person that you need to. I don't know what I clicked on. Okay, a light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope that's the password. All right, so this one is connected. It has to be connected. So you need to understand all of these things. Switch, you're going to be setting up a VLAN, allocating uh these two computers can communicate. Make sure that these two doesn't communicate. So a VLAN would help us to achieve that. In one organization, this is a local area network. We have a local area network, we have a wide area network. So currently I'm just doing a local network. So if I want to go further, I'll start setting up wide area network. That would be so complex for this demo. It's in fact, it will take the whole of our time. So now this one is connected, and now, but these two cannot communicate, even though they're on the same local area network. But because they don't have the same IP addressing formats. So for this one, let me show you this one. So I'll configure a 192.168.10.13. So I have to be fast now. Then these two, this one and this one, show sources here. Let me clear everything. So this and this sources, so they can communicate. You understand? So that's for that aspect. Now we are going to also configure a router. So I'll take you even down to what's it called? Let me show you console cable. So I'm going to show you a console cable. So this is the cable we'll be using to um connect. This is it here. So there's a one of USB and Type C. So I want to connect this computer. I need to configure this router. So routers are they are used to connect internet networks. So routers are logical in nature, while switches are physical. I don't mean they are not physical devices. I mean, how do I put it? Okay, let me use this. Let me rephrase it. With a router, we can if a router doesn't have IP addresses, I said IP addresses are logical. That doesn't have IP addresses. There's no way, there is no way router works. Router needs an IP address. So it's just working as a switch. So switch without IP address, switch can work. You get so I don't know which one I would say is more intelligent, but the two devices are different important. So we need to understand them. And you can see the routers has fewer ports. Routers has fewer ports. So you can go on YouTube and just type this is 2621 XM router. Okay, let me first of all use that cable to connect it there before I go to show you. Console cable to the console port. So this router you're seeing here is a router 2621 XM6 router. So this is a router, the one that you saw me. So this is it here. So it's a modular router. Don't tell me how do you start something when you need to simulate it. Me as a cybersecurity I've been in this space from 2017. I mean core cybersecurity. Yeah, because after my NYC back then in 2016, thereabout 2016 and early 2017, I think 2016, I I was I was organizing a training on a low. It's the school I left organized training on it because I do provide security. Like I mean, I do like I said, I don't used to talk before. Like I don't come out to talk. You understand? So, but I was what I'm saying in essence is this: the students after they're done with class, I was even out of the school. So someone that got to know me, one of my friends, they say, these things that I've been following, I've been watching. So come island. I say, yes, why not? So we started. That was when I I feel there are a whole lot we can explore even remotely. I was telling someone last week or yeah last week that we are in a new week that I prefer to pay. I've told some persons before I prefer to pay 1 million to do a virtual training when they know what they are doing. Why take note they know what they are doing. take note, they know what they are doing, than for me to pay 500K or 600K for a physical training. I don't have that time. And most times, at the end of the day, we might not be able to record everything. In fact, everybody moved to record. So what we are looking at is the laptop. What we are recording is the laptop. So when we are there, when you miss out anything, you missed out. You are caught in hold up or you missed out. So all of those things, all of things you missed out, you missed out on. But when you're serious, you're willing, you discover that most of all of these things are just what you can explore remotely. So this is it. The router that you saw me, you see this router, that's the router we'll be working on. So one of the routers, there are several routers here. So this is it. You can see there's an open port. So imagine you simulating configuring this router. When someone asks you, Mr. Romanus, have you configured? Who said you've not configured it? Must you have it physically? No. How many of these devices will you have? Can you tell me? I think I made that. I talked about that. That was in 20 when I showed you here. When I was this at 2014 Fidelity Bank, right? I was sent to go and configure MAC address, that's port security on their switch. This is a. If you look at this switch here, this is a 35. This is one of their center. A 35 2014. A 3560 layer 3 switch. You understand? I have not configured such before. Okay, I have done it maybe somehow because in 2013 I did my CCN in 2013. So, but I feel is it when I get to the bank and I start configuring, my boss tells me, I say I can do it. I have my my packet tracer here. You can see that switch behind the bank. This is it. That switch you saw there. This is the switch. Let me take you back there. You see it. This switch you see here is a 3550 or 3560 layer 3 Cisco switch. They are both the same series. This is the switch. So if you if you feel you have to be there physically, how many devices you power machines, you miss out on so many things. So just ensure that you win it. That's the first thing is, you get hands on all of this, both Active Directory down to malware analysis. Is your laptop. You are doing everything from your laptop, and it will help you when you see a remote job. You'll be able to blend with it. That's for that. Now, I just showed you this router and this switch and this cable. So this is a straight through cable. That's for that aspect. So now let me go to my lab. This is the interesting aspect of this demo. This, I talked about IP addressing, you know. Let me show you this again. Talk about IP addressing and different logical ports. So we have FTP, file transfer protocol. We have SSH, telnet. What are protocols? Protocols are rules or principles or languages that governs communication in a network. So if you're a cybersecurity person and you say, "Oh, I don't want to learn fundamental," this is part of the fundamentals of the cybersecurity aspect. Let me just go straight into hacking. In fact, the person that reached out to me, it's funny, right? So I don't want to offend some persons here, but it's funny to me. The only thing some people wants to learn is black hat. Let me tell you, know this stuff, know these stuffs, be bold, confident at it. Know these stuffs, preach it, advertise yourself. You get connection. So if you decide to say, "What after you learn it, you want to," it's not my business. So in fact, there's some things we'll be doing. We'll tell you that it is for educational purpose or educational purposes. So whatever you're doing from this training, take notes. Anything you do after this training, within the training or outside what we are doing, it is you're on your own. So all of these protocols here, they are logical and they are for different purposes. You can see different purposes. Now let me come back to my lab. So I have my Active Directory. I have my Active Directory here. So I made mention of the bank as our case study or as a reference during our training because we always want to use the bank as a case study. So I made mention of the anybody that wants to gain access to their machine, the person has to be authenticated. Yeah. So during our last demo, I showed you the previous demo we had. I showed you how users how accounts are being created. Yeah. So I will not create any accounts. I don't know if I created one, but let me show you down here. So there are several organization units. So users, these are users in that organization, okay, in that organization, that account has been created for. Mr. Let me see who's in this call again. Yeah, so Mr. Samuel or Mr. Isaac is not here, or Mr. Israel. What's your name? You just got employed, so we're going to create an account for you. We're going to create an account for you. Why are we creating this? You can't just bring your laptop to the office and tell me this. Like I said, we're using a banking hall, banking environment, and say you want to start. What's it called? You want to connect your laptop to our network and feel you would have access to the resources. No. First of all, create username and password. So let me give this one uh, test. Let me give it Elite. Then test last name. You can see last name here, right? What is the last name? The last name is Tech, Elite Tech. So you can see here now, Elite Tech full name. Our domain name is here. It's like our organization at gtbank.com. At what? So you now say Elite. You cannot give a unique like your email address. You know your names can be different, but the what is much more unique is your email address. So this is more like an email address or it's similar to an email address. Let's say Elite Tech one. Okay, let me know it's one. Let me just leave it at Elite Tech at adserver.com. Then next. Then user must change password at next logon. I can check this. User cannot change password. Why are we doing this? Password never expires. I'll explain this. Account is disabled. Maybe the person has to fill a form before we able to enable the account for him. He just got employed. Account has been created. He needs to submit one or two documents. Then we'll now enable this account for him. So user must change password at next logon. So it means that, oh, our boss wants to, if I'm to enable that one, that this one will not be up. So I need to off this one. Yeah. So if our boss, I'm creating an account for our boss, right, for him to gain access to our printer or to gain access to our server outside the office, I need to create an account for him. I can't say, boss, you are the boss. So why will I create a password for you and that password will be your password? On your own, you can say user must change password at next logon. That's when he signs in, you get a prompt to create a new password. So whatever he does with the password is none of our whatever password he creates, none of our, but if that account is tied to this Active Directory. So whatever activity is going on, we get to monitor, we get to disable. If we discover any suspicious activities from that account, we disable the account immediately, or we even we can delete the account. But for for security, like I said, security is a mindset, and we need to be smart. You don't just delete an account. How do you investigate? First, you might just disable it temporarily while you're investigating. So when you delete, you start going to, let me not even go through that, but I know that people understand what I'm saying here. So you will change the password, then user cannot change password never expires, the account is disabled. That's for that aspect. So this is what I want you to understand now. I will not, like I said, I'm not creating anyone. So I've already created. So now when the user account has been created, I've created a lot. So then we cannot manage the user. Just come here. I click on the user. I explain this one. Yeah, so you can decide to elevate the user account. In a banking hall, there's always someone as a manager that sits, or the manager of that, or might not be manager, it might be team lead that sits behind the guys in front. His own rank is always high. Yeah, so they can make him an administrator because of certain services or websites that he would want to have access to. So we cannot give him another privilege. So these are the things we will have to do. Give him another privilege or tie him to a certain resource or a container in that organization. Right? We can even decide to, let me cancel now. We can decide to, so this member of elevate his privilege. Uh, something I'm looking out for here. Remote desktop profile, yes, for him to have access, remote control, a dial-up setup for him to gain access to our server remotely because he's the boss. We can do that. A lot of stuffs we can activities we can do on that account alone, on just that account. We can decide to modify his name, add phone number, and the likes. So if I come here, now, I can now say disable, delete, cut, or even reset the password. Maybe he forgets the password. We can reset the password, disable the account. This thing that I'm telling you, this thing that you see that I'm doing here, that's how it is anywhere. I don't want to mention the name of the bank. right? I don't want to mention the name of the bank. One of the service, one of our clients who is a banking is a bank. The most times even they even create an account for us. Just create an account because of certain resources we want to have access to, or they'll give us access to their laptop via Zoom or IODP, whatever remote utility platform. We gain access, they give us privilege. Immediately they will disable or disconnect the account because we are not their staff. Then if they want us to gain access to a certain resource, right? They can now say, okay, Mr. Okay, this is from my company, and like they can, I don't know why my machine is hanging now. Okay, so my server is hanging. Server is hanging. Let me try. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? My server is hanging. Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, please kindly unmute. Tell me that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All
Can
right,
hear
so
you.
thank you.
Yes,
Um,
fine.
yeah, thank you so much. My server, I think I forcefully click on something, so it's hanging. Not just the server alone now, the workstation. So 1 second, yeah, 1 second. So it's gonna, I think it's back up now. Yeah, it's back up. Thank you. So that person, we can try to move him to a certain group. Move to where? We can move into an organizational unit. So why creating an organizational unit? Why are we creating an organizational unit in that banking hall? Yeah, it's not everybody that will be in the same unit. So we want Mr. Somewhere to be in finance unit. We want Mr. So it means that Mr. Somewhere and every other person is in that finance unit, they'll be the one to gain access to that resources in that finance unit. We are still under one domain controller. So we want Mr. Ife or Effects to gain access to be part of a certain um, unit because of the resources, maybe a hard drive that we have in that department. He'll gain access to it. Not like, let me know if he will gain access to be part of that unit. So he can gain access, authorized access to the resources in that unit. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain. So it is quite mind blowing. So that's what the organization, the banks will do for us. It is mind blowing. So then we'll go on to set up RODP on this server, set up VPN on this server, because this is a server, it needs to be protected. Right? Like I said earlier, this is the most important device in all of these machines to see here. Some persons, it might not be the most important. An attacker, this is the most important. That's where you would want to target. So now, I was talking about what's it called? I was talking about different protocols or resources in an organization. So let me tell you, by installing all of these services, all of these services that I've installed, let me show you some of the services I've installed on this server. Some of them will not show here, but I can call up service here, can type services here. Or remember I said service and protocols can be used interchangeably. I have to mute your mic. Thank you. So services, you will see them opened. Take note, I'm heading somewhere. Cybersecurity is the mindset. So I've showed you different security roles. Different security roles. So the security analyst should have knowledge on stuff. In fact, whatever field you decide to choose, whether it is GRC or where is GRC here? I don't think GRC is here. I saw GRC somewhere. Where is GRC? GRC is not here. Oh, we don't have GRC here. So, but it's still part of what we'll be doing. So whether it is GRC that you would choose, right? You still need to um you still need to understand protocols. You still need to understand services because the compliance that's whatever devices you want to be in compliance with, whatever you're doing, all of the theories and the stories, the documentations, you need to understand these things. Very important. You need to understand the service and protocols, what they are meant for, how these devices packet move from one network. You can see services. Now, where I'm heading to, how do you now discover the services running in that server? I am the server administrator who let me give someone a role to play. I don't know his techno, right? So Mr. Samuel, you are the one in charge of okay, you are the malware analyst. Then Mr. Romanus is the Mr. Romanus, what do you want? Firewall engineer. Okay, okay, penetration tester. You're the penetration tester, right? So you're the penetration tester, and then so let me just give you the penetration tester. You know, Mr. Romanus, who is the penetration tester, he wants to look out for weaknesses. Our mine is just to manage the servers, create user accounts, see what is. At times, I might not be the one monitoring what is going on in the entire network, right? So, Mr. Okay, I'll give someone the security analyst, right? So penetration tester. Let me use two feeds here. Let me know his malware analyst in this scenario. So I will use the security engineer or security analyst and the penetration tester. So the penetration tester want to see the weaknesses, the loopholes in this server. Mr. Steve, who is the server administrator in his office, he has installed so many services, many protocols. So how do we identify the ones that are open, the ones that are vulnerable, the ones that are the ones that are the weaknesses on that server? That's where the penetration tester comes into play. The penetration tester tells us you look out for the weaknesses. So now the penetration tester, this is his own laptop. Take note. Like I said, we are using several. We can say a whole lot of activities with what we are monitoring from this guy. We can say a lot. And if you check SMB that is running here, it should be from this server because I don't think there's any protocol, any of these devices that has SMB, maybe one or two. I can't tell, except I start investigating. Is this server that is that has SMB running? So SMB server message block. So we get to understand it better. Now, this is for security analyst. So Mr. What's his name? Okay, let me just say Mr. Romanus is the penetration tester. He will run a scan on our entire network to see the devices or the computers that are up at that moment. Okay, let me let me just come here. So I think I have to show you this one, how realistic this one will be. So let me do the scan. So first thing first, he needs to know the IP addresses of the devices that he has in his network, right? So he needs to know the devices, not the devices he has now currently. Let me know. I think there's a mistake here. The IP addresses of the devices in his network. The IP addresses of the devices in his network. So he will run a scan. Okay, he knows all the IP addresses, which is possible, right? The penetration tester, they don't really need to know all of those too much of IP addresses. It's the security analyst that needs to be seeing things. Penetration tester most times focuses on one machine. Like I said, they look out for weaknesses. It might be the server, that's their goal at that moment. It might be server on cloud or server on prem. It might be our website. It might be any of the resource. So they know the IP address, then began to look out for the weaknesses. So permit me to launch this before I forget. I think the last time I talked about it, but I didn't do anything on it. Right. So in this training, I said it the last time, we'll be giving out a tool called Bob Suit. What over is $699. We're going to be giving out it's what is almost 700K. We're going to be giving it out for free. The license of it, right? So we're going to be giving it out for free. So whether you're a penetration tester, you're a security analyst, provide you're in this training, you can use it. You can get jobs that require you to carry out a VAPT on a website or a server, and whatever it is. So just go and research about Bob Suits Professional. So you can, I did that last time. So I think we saw $699. So if you times it, it's over 700K, if I'm not mistaken. So it's coming up, you see it. So that's part of what the penetration tester can use it, when the security engineer can even use it. So you know one thing with cybersecurity, I think cybersecurity is the mindset. So it doesn't mean that because I'm the server administrator, I cannot monitor my network, I cannot monitor my server. No, don't wait. No, it doesn't mean that because I'm the security analyst or I'm the penetration tester or I'm the analyst, I should not have knowledge of what directory is all about. No. Even though your sole focus is on malware analyst, this training has been built for that purpose. So now here we have my website is coming up. There was this project we charged, I think 1 point something there about exaggerate. It's 1 point maybe 1.6, and that was last year, around last year, September, October, August, September. It was for 3 months. So the last month was for documentation. This was what we used majorly. I wish I can just show you the pictures, but let me not just digress. So I had to take some pictures after during the last day. So we only went there to get their the, the offline the device back end of the device. We after the meeting, then got into our environment and began to run a scan, right? So these things will be used. Very, very important. In fact, if at the end of this course, after we are sharing a whole lot of tools, paid tools, expensive tools. If at the end you were given Bob suits, you do not use it. In fact, outside our training, there are sometimes like I want to give you something, might not be IT, cybersecurity related, might be media, right? I have VMix Professional. We don't give that. I'm just telling you that some tools because we have them. We have this set. We have this. We have license. And something like VMix Professional. It's over 1 million. You can go and research about it. I can give it to you. That's what most TV house uses. I can give it to you and even explain to you how you can use it. So we can give it to you as part of the training. So you can see VMix here. You can see it here. I think I have it. I don't know if I have it in my system. But let me show you so you will know what I'm talking about. You can see vmix. So this is vmix installed. Let me not just go through that route. So it's part of it. You please do your research about it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So now the back to what I was saying. The malware, the penetration tester, he has done a scan. He did a scan to figure out the IP address of the server. This is the server. Where is the server? Okay, I'm seeing two different IP addresses. So this is the server, right? So 50.132. So he has already carried out a scan. So he scanned the organization to look out for several IP addresses that are connected. You can see some of them, their names, right? So it goes beyond what this workstation, what I have here. So it goes beyond just this workstation. Um, Let me know my grades. So it goes beyond just this workstation. So he will have penetration tester will now focus on this. Okay, let me even see what we have running on that server. On that server, as a penetration tester, take notes. You were given you have legals, you were given authorized access to do this. Even though you're not given authorized access, if you've watched Jack Bauer, there are cases, 24 hours, the movie I talked about earlier. There are cases whereby when an incident happens or when we are carrying out an investigation, there are cases whereby we have to do carry out, but backed by maybe the government. I mean, when in a real life scenario, backed by an institute, carry, carry out an unauthorized access to something just because you want to fish out who committed this or this. But in a case, these are 20 years we do unauthorized access to. So yeah, but we are doing it it's just for educational purpose. So now we have 50.132, right? So let me even confirm if that device is up. 190.168 as the penetration tester or as the security engineer. You can see this is reachable. Now, if you're the black hat too, the negative person, you can say nmap. Let me do sudo nmap hyphen sv. What I'm trying to do now, I want to see the services, what we have. Remember I said earlier that cybersecurity, the intruder or the attacker, even though you are the attacker, right? You don't come to an organization, to the banking hall to steal the devices, even though you are a hacker. You want to scan through. You want to look out for IP addresses. You want to scan through the entire network within the wide area network to look out for these protocols or these port numbers or services or protocols or ports that are open. So that's what we're trying to do. You understand? So 192.168.50.132. All right. So, but let me do something here. Hyphen O. There are a couple of commands. So this is nmap. So this is nmap. So we'll use this. This is one of the best, the best the best tool. Might not be for all fields, right? So you would ever use. Wireshark is there. We'll come to the aspect of Wireshark. I think in our last session, we'll use Wireshark to review passwords. So someone that gained access, a user that remotely accessed this Mikotic router, then this Kali was able to retrieve or see the password, the username and password that the user provided. We're able to, during our last demo, you can go check it out on YouTube. So we're able to do that. So we might not really do much on Wireshark, right? So we're going to walk you down that aspect, or maybe EtherApe or any monitoring tool. So now 192.168.50.30.132. So all these things here, they have several meanings. But this means services, version of services, and the operating system. This is looking like O, not zero. This is meant to be O, or let me see. It's looking like O. I mean zero. Let me see. So it's scanning. So sudo nmap sv, what is it saying? No target. 50.192, no target. Am I making any mistake? 132. Okay, let me confirm again. 50 dots. Okay, let me see the IP address of this one. Let me see the IP address of this one. IF config. So it is Linux. So 50.150. So let me use 50.150 instead. So because it has been, if you check here, you see 50.150 as part of the devices that was seen. Right, so let's look out for, you can see here 50.150. You can see 50.150. So it's still part of the devices that was captured here. So let's try 50.150. Let's see what we have running on 50.1. Okay. Think, let me confirm, probably there's an error with that. Oh, I mean zero. Minus, it's case sensitive. Take note. It's now, I think it's working now because that zero, I mean, that O that I added there, it is small letter. It's meant to be capital letter, right? So it's meant to be capital letter. You can see now. We need like remove that zero. So if I even do it again now, let me do it again, you'll see. Right, so with the zero. So these are the things we need to little details. Right. So like I said, this training is very, very intense. So you can see it's working now with capital letter O. Initially, I use small letter O. So these things are very important. So you learn commands. So how do we run this challenge? Because I'll be wrapping up shortly. I have a lot to just give out. So how do we run this challenge? As we are working, if today we are doing malware analysis or firewall web featuring, as we are doing all of the practices, the demonstration, Someone is sharing screen, at the end of the day, we'll share a challenge. So the platform, show you a compulsory 60-day challenge. A compulsory 60-day challenge. This is where I yank off people from this training. Take note, whether you've registered, I have the right to ignore you. Not ignore you, like when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to resources, when it comes to gifts, when it comes to okay, this person is serious, because one serious people. If you miss first, second, third, fourth without no reasonable, tangible, any reason that makes sense to us, right? So you will still be in the training, you will join trainings, but somehow opportunities private, I mean, there are some opportunities that come to individuals privately. Meetings that you will join, you will not receive it because you feel like you're not serious. We cannot give you projects, right? We cannot hand over a project, a client project to you. When you do it, Mr. Steve, please, I cannot do it today. Next month, and next tomorrow, I'm still not doing it. You cannot even get back. In fact, the worst aspect of it is those that will not even get back to us. Say, okay, they're tired. I mean, not like that. They are busy. They don't. So you have to work at night. We are in for it. We are going to do these things. We are in for it. The opportunities are mind blowing. So you can see here now, the first thing an attacker would do, is to look out for the weaknesses or the open ports. You can't just see my laptop and tell me that, or guess, even though it's a server, and tell me that I have um, HTTP, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or SSH, which is port 22, right, for remote accessibility, or FTP, which is File Transfer Protocol for sharing of files, right, or SMB, or RUDP, which is 3389, which is for remote desktop protocol, or name them VNC, um, In fact, let me tell you one thing. You will know minimum of 20 protocols and their port numbers. I said it the last time. It's expected of you to know minimum of 20 protocols and their port number. So you can see some of these protocols here. Remember, I showed you protocols here. You can see these protocols here. You will see that some of them are there. Some of them are here. Now, I made a mistake in that server initially. Now, let me stop this one and try the server. You see different sudo is case sensitive, nmap, hyphen sv. Nmap is the difference between, okay, I'll start explaining that. I'm going into training proper. But we use this to review information about that device, scan the device, tell us what is running. So now hyphen oh, initially it didn't work on my server. Now let me use hyphen oh, let me see 192 because I want to compare the services that we have running on our server and this one. 132, right? Let's see. 19. See, my password is not showing here, right? So it's scanning now. It's going to review the service. You see the services. You can see HTTP. It is opened. SSH. It is opened. IMAP. It is open. SSL. Secure socket layer. It is open. So different protocols, vulnerable protocols, right? So that are here. And if you check where you see that it is in one of those protocols. I mean, it's part of those protocols that we shared here. These are some of the things that we would want to see. Yeah, all these things are opened on that. I just want this one to finish coming up. Then you get to see the services as well. Now that we've seen that, there's something here I just want to make so I will not forget. We've looked at IP addresses. Now let's look at MAC addresses. So why the other one is opening? You can see MAC addresses here. So during the last demo, we changed the MAC address. So can anyone hear me? Is there someone speaking?
We are hearing you, sir. Can sir, but see,
Oh, sorry, Mr. Go on, please. Go on, please. Mr. Israel, go on, please.
okay. It's not all of us that is used to this Cisco packet environment. So please, if you can tell us this is introduced to the environment. If you want to do so and so thing, you go here. If you want to do so and so thing, you go to this icon. So you just click on something, and then when we try to look at where the thing is coming from, we are not seeing where you are clicking and what.
Okay. Okay, this is just a demo actually, right? So if I start showing, like I said, I need to show
So we
cable.
have to understand the environment very well. We have to.
Yes, yes, very well. You need to understand this, like what he's saying. I don't know if you're done. So yeah, you are connecting this to this. You need to understand the connection. Obviously, will be explained. So if I start explaining this cable, at least to an extent, I have to show you the router and the cable, the switch, the kind of router and the lights. So yeah, there are some I will show. So for the aspect of for those that are new to it, take notes. So what you will do when you check the Telegram platform, download all of these things. So you're starting with fundamentals of computer networking. So you can see here the first introduction types of network devices, IP fundamentals, as IPv4 fundamentals, IPv4 addressing, practical IP configuration, binary basic, IP subnetting, practical subnetting, network troubleshooting, lab deployment and Windows Server, So that's the first phase of it. So get to set up a wide area network. So we are learning everything, all of the setup from scratch. Then we get to the lab deployment, VM workstation, Windows Server, then the client's machine, which we will install, the Kali Linux. So the lab network design, we're going to learn it. So, I just started connecting. You didn't even know how I interconnected my net. In fact, the good thing is that most of all these things, 95% of everything is here. I've already done them. So most of the time, it's you that will be sharing your screen doing sessions. Most times you do it that people that if you join early or you are ready to share or to give us your screen, you share your screen. Everybody will be looking at your screen. You will install. So we are talking, you are installing. you're explaining why you're setting up. I'm explaining. So I have most of them deployed already. So will I start installing packet tracer again? No. So it's just the aspect of networking that I will talk more. But every other aspect, I'm going to slow the pace for every one of you to. So okay, this one is done. For every one of you to, you can see a whole lot of information here. So that's what Nmap has revealed to us. Then before I come back, you see the aspect of Active Directory, domain setup, organization units, user and accounts aspects of it. So we have it here too. So all these things have been explaining. You can see that it's here. Then group policy fundamentals, password policies, all these things are part of Active Directory. You get everything. In fact, after the end of this training, I was saying the last session that I have interviewed people a lot. Like I said, we are not a computer institute, we are a firm. To an extent, we give out opportunities. At times, to an extent, we employ people, even though it's internship or whatever means. To an extent, there are some persons that I don't need to know too much about how far they've gone. I just need your willingness. But there are questions I would ask you, provided you said you've done cybersecurity or you're an IT person. There are three questions I would want to ask, but one of them is Active Directory. I said that the last session. Tell us what you understand about Active Directory. Have you configured the Active Directory? So I would want to understand. I would want to understand I would want to know what you understand by by protocols. What's setting protocols? Yeah. Then every other technical aspect of it. I don't need to start demonstrating Active Directory. So I want you to explain to me. You understand? It's very, very important. Because you cannot miss, you cannot just jump it. You cannot just jump and fly to whatever GRC. You need to understand. We are setting it up. User management and the likes. So then we now move to network monitoring. So this is one interesting aspect of it. OSI model traffic monitoring. Then we begin to set up two. So here I have 1.0. So one zero. So this is what we'll be using for our exposure. Um, so we have an account here. So which will create an account for everyone. So when you use it, mm, so let me not just sign it. Let me not just sign it. Right. So it starts giving me authentication, password. I have to go my mail to look for the OTP, all of those things. So let me not do that. So, but what that would help us to do. So if you go to our YouTube, the last demo we had, I showed you the 1.0. So it will show I demonstrated it 1.0. It will show you every asset that you have in your environment. Both, there are some assets or there are some devices um that are IoT. It will show you, reveal it to you. Like I said the last time that my mobile TV is connected to my network at home. Currently, I'm at home. So my mobile TV is part of my network. Everything I have on my mobile TV. And once I see the IP address, that too can show me display a whole lot. So we are going to be, so that's why we need to, you can see it's a step by step. That's the roadmap. From networking, you set up your network on your server, get to understand Active Directory, give users privilege. So the banking environment I was talking about, different staffs with what they do. So, but we are doing all of it. So packet analysis, network traffic, traffic, see packet analysis, right? I mean, protocol analysis, but network troubleshooting with Wireshark and the likes. So let me show you something here. So you can see this two. You can see this two. You can see this two here. Where is it again? So you can see a whole lot that has been captured. I can pause it. I can export it. Notes. You can see all the IP addresses that has been. Oh, these IP addresses, in case I'm not so sure, all of this showing me the IP addresses that are really, really in use in that network. A lot of people connected to this network that I am now, what they are doing. The printer, there's a printer here, there's FTP, all these services. You can see the different color codes. So if I want to investigate based on color, so if I'm running a ping, let's look out for ICMP. Okay, this is ICMP. you can see the color of ICMP. You can see now ICMP. You can see that this IP address is running a ping to Google DNS. So who is Google DNS? So how do I know? You can see this is Google DNS 8.8. If I resolve it, it is Google DNS. So let me show you for my host here. I don't want to stop um, um, what is going on there. So if I do, I'm already running a ping to Google DNS, which is 8.8.8. If I do ns lookup 8.8.8, now what I want is I want to try to translate what, even as an attacker, one of the tool or command this part of the command you would use or will explore. You want to see after you've investigated, you've seen a lot of IP addresses. Okay, Wireshark will help us with that. So Wireshark will help us with that. But you can see here now, it is showing DNS Google. That's what that guy is reviewing for us. Where is it again? That someone is, you can see the color code running a continuous ping to DNS Google, right? So that's for that aspect. So SNMP is running on my server. SNMP, you can see the DNS Google. SNMP is running on my server. So you check the color code for SNMP white. Look out for the connection. There are some services that runs, there are some services that runs continuously. There are some that picks up. So all of this is what you do. So now let me just quickly call up Wireshark. Why I continue while I give out there are a lot that I would want to explain, but let me just, so Wireshark is coming up. Wireshark will start the capturing. So I'll monitor from 50 dots. Yeah, 50.151. So Wireshark is already scanning the entire network, telling us who is doing what is doing what. You can see DNS, ICMP, different protocols. Protocols are very important. You cannot know cybersecurity if you don't understand protocols. You see all these things that you're seeing here. You must know all of them. You can see their port numbers, unique to each and every one. So you must know all beyond what we have here. There's some protocols that are not even here, right? So you need to know each and every one of them. So how do you now investigate this if you don't know the protocols? So let me scroll up now. I want to see someone is running a thing. You can see 50.151 is running this ICMP, the protocol that is in use at that moment. You as an attacker, you want to drill further. Let me even see who this person is. Follow. Uh, okay. I've not stopped it, but let me see if I can do this one. Yeah, so this is for UDP. So clients, google.com, you can see. So it will show me, give me information. So that's why we need to understand. Let me go on another Wireshark. So then we still use on zero again as part of a monitoring tool. So for the countdown challenge, very important. Back to this demo. Back to this. So for the countdown challenge, you can see on zero here. Network asset discovery, reporting and documentation, very important. For the countdown, not the countdown, the cybersecurity challenge. How I said earlier that we'll do it is this. Um, After the one session, value you set up, like Mr. Isa was saying, we've all configured the router, this will be recorded. I will explain everything one after the other. Training is from 7:30 to 10 o'clock. There are cases whereby we want to have sessions during the week. Take note, if you want to have sessions during the week, yes, that will be communicated. But it's Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays. Then uh Saturdays and Sundays are for the training. Then Mondays to Fridays are for the challenge or for the task. So Monday you might have a day one challenge. On Wednesday you have a day two challenge. On on Friday you have a day three challenge, day three of 60. And you're going to be sharing it. You are not doing it and just keeping it. You're going to share it on your social media platform, not all social media platform. If you want to share it on Facebook, fine. We don't go that route. We will not go there to comment or to share or to reference it or take a screenshot of it. We only go to LinkedIn or Twitter, then document it on GitHub, or there are a lot of portfolio websites we will share, like portfolium.com. Document your journey. If you are asked, have you configured or have you set up Active Directory before? What's the proof? Mr. I did it one time. Oh, you have it recorded in your LinkedIn. You have it as a project stored in your GitHub. You have it as a record in your Twitter. You can search for it. Someone can reference, someone can comment, someone can share. People can learn. And take note, you're not doing it as a pure newbie. You're doing it as if you're documenting your journey. You are going somewhere. You are educating people. That's the challenge. Like I said, we take this very, 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 very serious. This is what makes this training intense, the challenge. Because we don't want a training that when we are done, yeah, there will be task assignments. The assignments, we have a percent that you want you to submit. Fine. But the challenge uh, aspect of it, why we take it serious is because don't say sure by after the whole training, you were given the task because there are some tasks you will not even share to us. You might share to admin. You were given the task, a challenge day two. We've configured, set up a local area network, connected, configured MAC address, port security on the switch, do a validation on one of the device. Understand? Then we've done all of this configuration. Then another scenario with a step and step guide on what to do. Or maybe something that we've done, then in addition to it, then you have to do another one demonstration. As you are doing it, you take a screenshot. If it's a recording, I have a recording application that I can give for free. License, license it for you that you document everything. I mean, record your screen. You can use maybe free Zoom or this is a paid Zoom. Just record your screen, see what you're doing. Then there's some you will show us video. There's some you will show us or share with us picture. There are some you will share documents with not just the theories, pictures, and what you've done. Want to see it? You're not going to AI. Take notes. You're not going to AI to pick up pictures and give to us. You're not going to Google to pick up pictures. You are screenshotting your lab. You are screenshotting the router. Let's take for instance, you are configuring this router, right? You were asked to configure enable, I'm in the privilege mode, configure terminal, I'm in the global mode, host name, host name, I'll give it Chicago router, Chicago router. This is what you're every step. Take note, it is very easy. Step by step of what you'll be doing will be shared via the Telegram platform. Chicago router, enable secrets. I'll give it okay. There's a mistake here. Enable secrets. I'll give it maybe Chicago 123 host name. See, it's all of the things that I'm doing. Tell me at the end of the day, how do you want to go to YouTube or go to it's not YouTube now, go to Google. You are sending screenshots. Don't deceive us. Don't even deceive yourself. We are IT guys. So you're going to send screenshots of everything you've done here. Screenshots, series of screenshots. Aspects we want to see. And when you are sharing this online too, right? You're also going to share a screenshot or a video and a summary of what you've done, what you learned, or whatever. So there'll be a guideline on what to do. Take note. So host name, okay, I've configured host name, enable secrets is this thing, then line console zero, password, telnet, let me just say password, TL123, then login. So all of these things that you're doing, everything is what we'll do definitely together. So, but you will not have to do it because you can't learn after training session and you don't without practicing. You can't master it. So at times you see me that the way might not be it's not applicable to everyone. So that's the way I see myself now. And this cybersecurity thing that has caused it. Yeah, at times when people are sleeping at night, I'll be awake. When people are working during the day, I might be sleeping, I might be resting. You get, but I must be checking my mail while I'm sleeping. I might not attend to calls, right? But I must be checking my emails, Very, very important. Ticket might be raised also. But aside that, like I said, I work remotely most of the time. So it's very, very important. So we are building you. We don't want situation whereby you just come and learn and just drop it. Yeah. So we want you to be positioned. So I gave you an instance how I got an opportunity from YouTube comment section. Oh, we're going to explain how you can get opportunities. That even on LinkedIn, how to get an opportunity. You don't come and say, "Oh, I'm looking for a job." Oh. We don't you don't come on LinkedIn and say, "I just finished cybersecurity, I'm looking for a job." Why now? You don't do that. You are coming in to let the world or let the people even before you even finish something. There are some opportunities, but take note, we are not guaranteeing you that immediately you finish, you get an opportunity. No, 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 no. But you can be in the training and there's an opportunity for you, either from us or from a client, or we are referring you. Take note. So we might not refer Mr. This because of that's not his field, right? That is not his line. We can share the opportunity via our Telegram platform, or person should just mute. Thank you. So we can share it via our Telegram platform for you to, apply. You get. So, but what I'm saying in essence is this: we're going to explain everything to you. The opportunity aspect of it is very, very important. Cybersecurity is mind blowing. It's AI. I think I don't know if it was Mr. Femi that joined us the last session that asked about other AI is taking the job. In fact, it is even making cybersecurity a hot kick the more. I'm telling you based on experience, because a whole lot of people just go on AI and pick up codes and assemble them and just start running codes, pick up, copy and paste without knowing that it's vulnerable. In fact, digital forensics now, they are making waves. OSINT is making wave, right? This current era that we find ourselves. So now, firewall fundamentals. This is the hottest cake of this training is this. I said it the last time. The hottest cake of this training is this. The hottest in the sense that it makes you like you can speak. Let me use the word. You can say, okay, I'm a malware analyst, but let me just come and talk about Sophos firewall. It's additional. So the hottest cake is that. So this is the Sophos firewall. So the last time I showed you, I don't want to go there. You go and check your lines that it's worth millions. The firewall worth millions. So let me just assess it for those that were not with us in our first call. But I'm not going to say anything on it. Just assess it. HTTPS colon 192.168 dot what's the IP address again? 10. Just want to show you 211 colon 4444. That's the port number. I hope it works. Doesn't work, I'll just move on. I just want to show you the firewall. But you see, as it's running like this, I can run a ping CMD, run a ping 192.168.10.2, 211. So see if that device is even reachable. So it's reachable. So it might just take some time to come up. Yeah, so it's reachable. Or I can even restart it because I don't think I've started it for some time. So the firewall, it's what I always encourage people. Don't take it. You don't just overlook it. Yeah. Don't just overlook it. Don't say, oh, I'm not a firewall engineer. No. What you'll be doing with the firewall. I pray it comes up. Right. Pardon, I would have opened it earlier. So you will see it. But if you can go and check, if you joined us, you can okay. I don't want to go on YouTube. If you just check our YouTube page, the first demo we had, you see that we opened that aspect too. So some of the things that we talked about, I don't really focus on them, but like on Zero, Wireshark, firewalls, and the likes. So I didn't really talk about. So we're going to be setting up a LAN to WAN rules, a web featuring policy, an application featuring policy, testing. So in that banking hall, but everybody in that local area network wants to gain access to the internet. This is the rule we'll be setting up. In that banking hall, not just the internet, there are several resources outside our local area network that want to gain access. So we can decide to set up a rule that will allow a certain user to the internet. So web filtering, we don't want you can't come to a banking hall and access any kind of website. In fact, there are cases whereby, let me see, this guy is up. I wish this can, okay. Um, permit me to, I'll still come back to it. I just want to show you. Let me restart the firewall. Let me just restart it. So when I restart, you see that it will stop replying. Make like I start restarting it. Now I was running a ping to it. So it will stop replying. So if it doesn't stop, it means that that's not, you can see that the device has stopped replying because of I'm restarting it. So by the time it's back up, it will start replying. So it's that stop replying. So without ping, how do I know if devices are connected in my network? So that's part of the thing. In fact, that's the first tool or command you would want to know. So I'll just use that opportunity to wait for it. Once it's up, I'll show you a couple of things on this firewall. How interesting it could be. Then we'll set up the remote VPN access on the firewall. On our server, as I showed you, we also set up a VPN, then VLAN. Very, very interesting. This was what one of the things that won the heart of my boss in 2014. Right in maybe the 2014 there about this VLAN configuration. He my boss is he's a guru. He's not. I don't think. Initially, at some point he left Lagos to Abuja. So I don't know if he's if he's outside because he goes outside the country and comes back. I don't know where he is now. So, but when we were together, I started as an IT. I did my IT from 2012. So in our office we occupy the ground floor and the first floor. But most of our servers were on the first floor, right? So ground floor and first floor. So, we wanted to partition our organization, right? So wanted to partition. Let me show you. So users upstairs that are connected via cable be on one VLAN. Users, let's say these three that are in one network. We are all in one network. Then people here. Let me bring another computer. Let me explain to you. So we're all in one network. So we only want these two to communicate. We don't want these two to communicate with these two. For security reasons, we don't want what these two computers are doing within in that local network. We don't want these guys to be seeing it. Right. So we're going to configure VLAN on this switch, on this switch, on this switch. If I let me just show you here. Configure terminal to say VLAN 10 name. Right? I just want to show you something now. VLAN 10, then say name, IT. You can let me do shift question mark. You see, you say word. What name do you want to give this VLAN? Account department. Account department. Right. So I think I made a mistake. Okay, it is one word I mean. So I have to put a hyphen there. Account department. That's it as accepted. Then what next? I will now link up these ports. So okay, this computer is connected to port 1, port 2, port 3, right? So port 1, port 2, port 3 will be on that VLAN we just created now. So when we do that, these guys can never, in fact, in a local area network, two major because the organization I told you that they thought that was in 2015 when I was still working with my organization and the IT firm then. Once I told you that they got attacked, what I introduced in the organization to curtail that attack that took place in their local network, it was VLAN MAC address filtering. I told them to go and get a managed switch. This is a managed switch, not a plug and play switch. It's a managed switch. I showed you the picture on my LinkedIn. Fidelity Masai. It's a managed switch. They had to get a managed switch. Everybody restrictions. People downstairs, the GM and the boss, they are all connected to one switch, but we all have internet access. But whatever they are doing, there's someone that they don't trust. People that you are part of that network and you think you can scan, even though you use Wireshark, take note. There was a question, someone asked a question during our training. Very intelligent question. The guy asked the question, sir, you mean that even though someone is in our network and into that that is connected to a certain VLAN, even though it's an insider threat, if the person scan the entire network, will he see our IP address? No. Will the person see what we are doing? I say no, the person cannot. So that's one way to contain the threat. So then port security. So the aspect of port security is we are binding or MAC address filtering. We are binding everybody's MAC address, not their IP addresses now. We are binding everybody's MAC address to this switch. So let's take for instance now, Mr. Romanos is not on seat. Then Mr. Romanos is not on seat. He went home with his laptop. There's a MAC address filtering for wireless. I'll show you. It's not on seat. He goes home with his laptop. Then I now came because I'm an IT guy. I now connected my laptop to that same port. It will not work because that port it is tied to his laptop's MAC address. Then some people say, okay, I'm into that. I will change my MAC address. We did that the last session, right? As I say, we are not doing some of those things we've done, but let me just show you here. So I will change my MAC address. Say, okay, let me change my MAC address. Which one should I change? I don't want to change the one that we are using currently now. Okay, our firewall is up. Our firewall is up. I hope it accesses now. I hope it comes up. Let's pray. So why it's coming up? So the ping shows me that the firewall is up. So I don't even know. It's been long I accessed it. So I was using my other laptop to access my other firewall. I don't want to. Which one should I disable? Let me check. I want to disable. I want to change the MAC address. So I don't want to change the one that we are using, not to disrupt the session. Okay, we have this one. Let me see this one. 0 dots. Which one is 0 dots? Okay, let me use this one. 10 dots. Okay, let me disable 10 dots. So let me disable 10 dots, which is the second one, which is it. So by the time sorry, it's not disabled. I want to change the MAC address. This is the actual MAC address. You can see that it's going to give me another MAC address. You see here, it's giving me another MAC address. So that person that say, oh, Mr. Manus has left, let me use my MAC connect and change my MAC address. Temporarily, you just do it, but it has been validated. On the switch environment, it's impossible. But if there's no switch where they did MAC address between, we are just monitoring, trying to see that, yes, because as a network admin, as a security analyst, it is important to have record of every user's IP addresses, their domain username and their domain names, their what's it called? Their domain names. You might even have their computer names too, because a security analyst to investigate, it check logs, right? So it's very, very important. So by the time you change this, I'm just telling you some of the things you're doing. So you have a feel of what it's training. By the time you change this, let me launch this that will use to detect that a MAC address has been changed. And it will change. By the time we change this one and you click apply, by the time you apply it, so we're expecting this guy to tell us that someone has changed his or her MAC address in that network. That's what this guy. So it is a minimum. I'll take it to um, this thing now. So it's meant to tell us that someone has changed his or her MAC address in that environment. So that's what I expected to see. So let me take it to high. So showing here say that someone has changed the MAC address. You can see the person here. And then this is the new. Okay, I wish I took a screenshot of it. Or if I was running a ping, you would have seen that automatically it disconnected. It disconnected. So that's how smart an attacker would want to be. So if once they become smart, you can manually. In fact, the good thing with this tool, you can manually type the IP address, my IP address. My own MAC address. You can manually do it and give it yourself. But there's a violation. We've set up a violation on that switch that any straight new MAC address that from any new MAC address violated has been exempted that wants to join. It doesn't even allow it. So that's part of it. So this tool shows that a user has changed his MAC address. So there's the attacking aspect of it and the defending aspect. So our last demo, I said that we'll be dividing the team into two, both the attack and the defense. So we would want to have gotten to more than 50% of the training before we do that. So everybody will now be in the system. So now I'll watch this in the next 2 minutes. OpenVAS, get to install OpenVAS for enumeration and discovery, all of these things for indicators of compromise, threat hunting. I love this, right? So we use EDR, XDR, for this. So virus total, when you get a particular application. Let's take for instance now. Let me open this. I hope I even have internet on this server. Let me say virus total. So there are a couple of them that I would use. So there's no internet, so that's why. That's why. So let me, even in fact, that might be the reason why that guy cannot access the server. So I just want to show you what we'll do with that. So I have to enable this one. Yeah, let me enable this one. So I'll disable this. and enable it again. So how do I confirm if there's internet? So yeah, you show me that there's internet, but even you see internet, it doesn't mean that there's internet, right? So you have to confirm, you have to do a reset, you have to run a ping, right? So let me run a ping. Yes, so there's a mistake somewhere, right? So that's the mistake. So let me see if there's internet now. All right, so internet is coming up now. I can see that. Let me see this one. All right. So even if on my lab maybe it's taking time, I'll try it here. I just want to show you based on our. So just see. So on my host here, it's showing. So now you can see analyze suspicious files, domains, IPs, and URLs to detect malware and other breaches. So it's just way beyond this. We can't depend on virus data alone. Like I said, we have a couple of them, right? We'll be using HXT, right? So to confirm digital signatures of applications. So I send a file to you. You want to confirm that file is safe. Yeah, just upload it here. Just go and browse for that file. Just go and browse for that file and then upload the file wherever you have it saved. Just browse. Um, let me see anyone here that I can. Um, okay, that'll be fine here. Mm, let me see. Then if I here, if I okay, let me use this one. Let me use this. This one is large. Okay, let me use this. So uTorrent. So it's going to analyze that file. Let us say that file is safe or is infected. So if I send you a link for you to confirm if it is safe, you can see that file is infected. You can see that file is infected. You should be safe. I mean, you should be careful with that file. So not just like I say, security person. There are some false positive response you get. So you have to still investigate. In fact, if you are doing malware analysis, we don't just conclude. But as it is now, it is suspicious. So be careful with that file. If you share it, so just upload it before you start using it or you start opening that file. As I'm a malware analyst, if you get a file, what you would want to do with that file, right? You want to explain if you are a malware analyst. I mean, that's your choice, or a project was given to you because we'll be giving projects and we don't enforce any project on anyone. We can suggest projects. Send 5 to you, send 4 to this one, then you make your choice. Or we advise you based on your performance. You understand? So that's for that aspect. So if it is this is for file. You can see different malware. So we can't say this is a virus. We can't say this is Trojan. We have to still investigate. But some of them you can see this is Trojan. So most people call it virus. It is not virus. It is called malware. So when you're in this system, when someone tell me, virus enter my system. In fact, that was yesterday. We were setting up media somewhere. Someone bought his laptop for me to. He has been trying to install Microsoft Office. It's not installing. Happen. I know that person too is in the media, but in a different church. So we're working together in a particular place. So I said, okay, let me see. Later, I took the laptop. As a cybersecurity person, I don't just connect my hard drive. Then sometimes you sniff. I don't know how to explain this. It is a nature. That at times you just be looking at someone's system, you know that this system is infected, or you go down to registry. Just go down to registry, Windows down to registry or System 32. You will see some suspicious traces or elements or leftovers of files. It tells you that this is that device is infected. So take note. That's for that. Then okay, so that other guy I told you about, immediately I just turned on the laptop. I went to straight to virus. I mean, this Windows Security Essential. I saw Espiro MFP. Go to online, just go and type Espiro virus. Right, so this is what I saw. Espiro. I will not call it virus. Let me just call it Espiro malware because we don't know if it is Espiro malware. So Espiro malware analysis detection and removal. So this is, but it didn't allow any other application. Immediately I saw it. I told him that there's nothing I would install here that would work. He said, how? Why? I don't try my own. I say, no, there's a Spiro. There's nothing. Let's give it a try. He said, no, you don't need to argue with me. You get, apart from maybe I have knowledge on maybe computer repairs and maybe IT stuff. When I see malware, threat, system that has malware, so I should be able to decode kind of. So that's just what the training is going to build us for. So unfortunately, this is not opening, but don't worry, we'll get to understand it during the training. So I talked about this tool that I'll be using, right? So I'm done already. I'm done already. So this tool, we'll be using this tool for our vulnerability assessment. A whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. In 2 minutes. Apologies. I wanted to finish like 15 minutes ago. Then I'll just attend to questions. But I'll finish. I'll try to finish this up in the next 2 minutes. Then finish up our line. I mean, e-flyer in like 3 minutes. Then attend to questions. Please just thank you for your patience so far. And I believe this session is still recording. Introduction to Metasploits. So everything here, the virus total, abuse. So this is for, you can see, threat intelligence and meter attack. So we have ethical hacking fundamentals, penetration testing. So there are a lot of them. You see that this thing I just did now, that MAC address that I just changed is related to app poisoning. Yeah, so I just changed that I got a response that MAC address has been changed. So it's related to app poisoning. There's wireless threats, wireless security controls, malware life cycle. So it entails a lot. So if you don't have this this outline, please you can let me know after the session. I'll share it with you. Security operation. So this is where the Bob suit, the one of the most expensive tool that I'll be sharing. This is where it will come into play. So we'll be sharing it via the Telegram platform. And then so cloud computing and cloud security, identity and access management. I am, all uh, project defense, phase one, all of that. So, okay, anyways, and if you look here, you see that there's a project defense completion, project review, documentation, assignment, technical presentation, mock interviews, remote sessions. All of these informations are, as I've already talked about those informations. And then this aspect. So this is just the roadmap. So this training gives you the roadmap. Now the aspect of the opportunity. Yeah, while I'm ending it here, yeah, there are a lot I cannot be explaining or talking about, but the aspect of the opportunity. So I've made mention of the 60-day cybersecurity challenge. When you post on LinkedIn or Twitter, we'll go there. We'll always go there. You can follow us if you like, follow if you don't, but we'll always go there. You submit all your LinkedIn username. I mean your LinkedIn username, your Twitter username. You already share our own via our page. In fact, on our on our on our what's it called? On our Telegram page, we've already told everyone to ensure that they have I don't know, let me confirm. Yes. They say please do not install. Yeah, this was one of the information. I know we shared one information like that. I don't know if everyone can confirm, but we shared that you should that you should download, you should create an account on LinkedIn. I don't know if we made mention of Twitter, but it's very important. If you don't have, create. So it's very important. GitHub, you can create an account, but maybe the training starts, we are utilizing it. We are not waiting to the end of the training before we start documenting the journey. So we want even though this is here, yeah. So because you are about wrapping up the training, we want to be confirmed that you are digitally positioned. You are not waiting for opportunity. So opportunity should start from day one. So, but we'll now get to CV optimization. So if any opportunity comes, you have an interview, I'm available. My colleague too, that is very, very good at malware analysis. So he's available, right? So we can set up a meeting with you, or we have a client that we are deploying a certain solution. We call you, Samuel, please join us. We're having a application. I mean, we are demonstrating, deploying and evaluating an application or a tool for a client. Can you join us? That's your line. So I've said that before. That's part of the opportunity. So on LinkedIn, we explain to you areas, the groups, the community to belong. We share different communities, what to post, what to share, how to position yourself, what to comment, what to repost. We comment your name on certain posts, share you can send your CV directly to us, and we'll forward it to a certain organization, or we can another thing. In fact, one thing I would always love to do, right, is I would want to do is to ensure that your CV is what you are documenting on your CV
It's not I finish secondary school this year, I finish university this year, I finish take my master this year. I don't want we don't want something like you went to this thing. What we want to see right in your CV, your technical skills now. You've been able to set up, deploy network, you're able to configure routers, Cisco switch, you're able to secure the from this device not to gain access. Then you configure you set up, use a firewall, you set up a firewall to manage. Not They're not saying you did it on lab, you did it. You confidently, that's what wants to be seen on your CV. Right. So technical skills, what you've done. Don't say I don't know to put in my CV. Oh, it is very, very wrong. If I show you my CV, sometimes not to brag, but if I show my CV, sometimes I feel like each time I look at it, it's like I should remove something and add something. Each time I look at it, I want to remove, I want to add. That's just it. As you're climbing, there's some things you would want to remove. You've gone past that stage. For you to know boy suits, very good at it. Definitely, you ought to have known this. Just like for you to finish, get to university. Why are you putting secondary school? You went to secondary school in your CV. You will just keep secondary school to university. No. So there are certain things at some points in time as you will not put again. You don't even need to add it in your CV. So this is why we need to now optimize it better. You keep. There's no way we'll say we are the best persons to do it for you. You can check online, give your do it yourself, but we'll check it from our own angle, okay? Or prepare it for a certain opportunity. That's how it is. Then the career part, I've made mention of the career part. Then the GitHub and the other portfolio, you interview preparation, I've talked about it. So this is just the opportunities and different. Yeah. So I think I'll just end it here. I'll end it here. So I want to add your questions. I want your questions. I don't know if my video is still on, right? So let me just take off the video. So, and I think I'll stop sharing. So I'll be seeing your names. Thank you all for your time. And I don't know if my colleagues stay here too. So let me attend to your question. So while I'm waiting for questions, I said I'll take it to this e-flyer. So take note, it's starting 1st of August, so 6 days from now. I don't want situation we've gotten up to that number, or even though some persons we've gotten many, but there are some persons who don't even they're not really serious, even from the onset. We don't need unserious some people that ask questions. There are some questions you ask, shows that you are serious. There are some questions you ask. We don't force it. So make sure that we want to be sure that it's very good to show that these people are they real, right? If you want to come to the office, fine. Just if you know the Great Street at Ikate Surulere, just very close to Kilo. If you know that place, I don't need to start describing too much. Once I mention Kilo, if you know that area, then you should know Adegbe. So you can come. If you say, oh, you want to see me one on one, maybe I'm not. This video is different from what you maybe you want to see me. Okay, you go and check, investigate. You can come. Investigate. If you are if you had maybe Abuja, you say you want to come now, please don't come. I will not encourage you. I'll tell you that let's do a video call or let's ask your questions. So there's nothing big. And these people say, oh, this training, this money, is it expensive? Yeah, expensive for it. But if you times this, I said the last time, times it by 5. Not the knowledge now, not the knowledge, the aftermath money, not the knowledge now. Forget the knowledge. It's not a secondary thing, but forget the knowledge. The applications you would get, the licensing of your firewall, the account we will create for you, because once you are in this training, we create an account for you that you use to access certain communities or resources. So gain access to some certifications, right? That if you times it by 5, this 220 times, if you times it by 5, the application itself, one of the application will not be able to get it. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Let's see. So that's for it. So, but it is 2 times payment, and there's a registration. If you fill this registration, right? If you maybe you fill the form, you've not gotten a mail, please do let me know. Because it's the mail that we document. The mail shows that the mail that tells us that this person is a bona fide. We've recorded that mail, and there's a registration. I mean, there's a code tied to each account, or let me say, even to the group. There's a unique code for this set. At times we communicate to each other via that code. Yes, for these particular guys or participants. So we just use that code. Okay, ECT XYZ. So, okay, let's pick this person. Sometimes we use the code, so we already know how it's been done. Then two times installments first, before training begins. If you want to pay today, fine. You want to pay tomorrow, fine. But if before you make any payments, right? Before you make any payments, just you see the form before you make any payments. If you cannot reach out to me, right? So you can go to the admin or whatever before you make any payment. Before you make sure you read that form well, read it to ensure that you are willing to go in. So you're not about money. Just let me just fill this form and send the money. Read it. There are questions that will be asked. Can you do this? Will you be able to do XYZ? If you say yes, yes, no, and a question on your a career path or whatever, you say no, I cannot. Why making payments? Why? So go through it. So this is registration link. It is very important. And then that's all. So two times installments. Then before we deploy this firewall, which I showed you. Like I said the firewall is one of the hottest cake, because you can't come and say, because some persons will say, I don't have money again, oh, I don't do this. But there's a mail that you send. Or I think I got distracted. If you've not maybe completed before we start the firewall, everything should be like, we'll get that information beforehand so that we'll know what to do, because we are creating an account for you. We are creating an account for you which you would use. So it's very, 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 very important that you understand these things. So we don't want to just waste license on someone. The person will not be using it somewhere else. You're not part of us. In fact, it means you're not even part of us. So that's for that aspect. So let me attend to questions, and a whole lot I would have loved to demonstrate it. Time will not.
Yes, sir.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. The class, the class is very, very nice. Sir, um, how about when, if you are given a cable, for instance, and a set of PC, laptop, computers, and server, and then you are told to connect them with the cable. Maybe in an organization they want to set up a new network interface, and
Okay.
then after connecting this Cisco packet, how do you install and configure the software? Because I know previously when you do physical class, I think you used to do something like that. Are you also going to show us?
Okay. If I get your question correctly, are you saying how do you install the Cisco packet tracer, or how do
Yeah.
you? Hmm?
Yes, after connecting, if after connecting the physical network, the topology,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in bus or star, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I had, then of course the network, the computers cannot communicate immediately, the interface. So you have to configure it, isn't it?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you,
Is it just me? I can't hear you anymore.
is it with your laptop, you now install the software inside the, is it
Okay.
you now install inside the server and then begin to configure them? I don't used to understand that aspect.
Okay. Do you mean
If
when you have?
possible, if you can bring a set of computer and then cables, then
Okay.
we watch you connect and then configure it, then we'll now understand.
Yeah.
So that when we go to workplaces,
Yeah.
when they ask us to do, we can be
Very.
able to do it.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, now, so this is it. Okay, I think maybe during one of the session, I'll let me show you something on TikTok. Permit me to come to TikTok. There's one video a colleague of mine posted on TikTok. Oh, let me show you one of our training. Yeah, this TikTok is not signed in yet, but I just really researched. Right. So this is me here. Let me show you what I did here.
So we are not seeing your screen, oh.
Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Let me share my screen. No, I had to be seeing everybody. I wanted to be seeing everyone's name. Yeah, Mr. FX, I stay in this call. All right. So how you doing? Any updates on your laptop?
No update yet to me.
What's happening? Yeah. Yeah. So there was a camera positioned to me. People are joining
Yes.
remotely. People are joining remotely. Every of these devices you see here, they're already in that packet tracer. This was just networking aspect. This cable, I was just showing them. So these are my some of the guys that maybe I go to field with. So sometimes, well, I like I said, I work most of the time. So if you look very well, if you can go and check the video, that people connected. You can even see now. Look at my hand. You see that you can see someone is asking question. The person wasn't there physical. Wireless router, right? So these people are joining us. So I have to just show them a couple of devices, right? So I have to go a place to the office. So, but everything you see here, right? They are in this packet tracer. They are here. That's why I say the way it's going to be explained or demonstrated. In fact, everything you see there, that question that guy asked, the ISP, this thing. Let me show you. Okay, let me just show you something that relates to what he was asking, talking about. So you might not listen to his question, you might not get the question very well. He was talking about ISP. That wireless router. Is that how they connect the ISP to I mean is that router the ISP, or if you have an ISP, how do you interconnect and link it up to your to your local network? Where is the where is it again? Let me see generic. Okay. So, so let me just connect this one. This one can go to cloud. So this will be connected to the internet. To the internet. So which port is the internet? Let me show you here. This is the what I was answering that guy. This is the port, the internet port. If I go back to that video again, if I go back to that video I just watched, right? So this you see this router you're seeing here is the same router. This MTN device you're seeing here was connected to this router. So what we are doing, right? We are just exposing your mind. So whatever you see, you want to do. So it's the same this thing. So in a case whereby I would want to show you a couple of things here. You want to see me, let me show you. I think most times, yeah, there might be reason, there might not be need. But that's only for the networking aspect though. That's the only it's only for the networking aspect. But when we get to cybersecurity, there's no showing anything. Because you can't say you're a cybersecurity person and you cannot evaluate, you cannot work on your lab. Everything you're seeing here, you do it. You set it up, you install the server, we will send you the ISO via mail, you download it, you install it together, you start accessing electricity together, you set up your SMB, you install your RODP, I mean, set up your RODP, you set up your VPN, you set up your firewall, install it yourself, connect to your firewall remotely, everything, you are doing it here. So how many devices are we going to come with now? So most times when you see people when they deceive people, most times when it comes to physical class, in fact, some people deceive themselves. Let me use the word deceive themselves. I'm an IT guy. I said it the last time. Right. See, even though you're a newbie, I said it last time. It's almost I prefer to work with people that are even new. Right. So I said the last time that the I would prefer to in the year 2020 during the lockdown. That was the breakthrough year for me. I was already working with a company 2019. To date, I'm still with the company. So I've been working with them. March we went on the coronavirus era. So we went on break. So that 2020, let's say between June, July, March, I did 4 trainings. I wish I can show you my CV, you see. 4 trainings, one on Sophos, McAfee, then McAfee was still McAfee. Now it is called Trellis. I did another one on what again? What's the name of these guys? I did SimTrack, right? SimTrack. So there's I mean these organizations, they are not in Nigeria. They are not in Nigeria. Even the one in Nigeria, they are region, right? So under Sophos. So the way we did this training, just connect. For money, it was for 5 days. We took an hour lunch, I mean break, another hour again. It was 5 days. And these trainings worth millions. You wouldn't want to do that because you have someone that has been exposed to certain tools. So I could not, because I already saw the opportunity in that direction. In that lockdown era, I feel, oh, there are some things I was pursuing, opportunities. I was making good, cool money then, like setting up, resolving issues. wants to connect, people wants to do some wants to get VPN. In fact, it was around that time that Twitter got banned, kind of. So I was just doing some sort of exploration. Never for once did I leave my house. I'm going to anybody's house during the lockdown. But the trainings, the meetings I joined, the exploration, the things I did, they were mind blowing. In fact, even after the lockdown, it's as if it was, I don't know, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. It was the lockdown that brought about so many inventions that we are enjoying now. So many exposure on how we can utilize some of these tools. So, Mr. Ismail, your question is nice, quite very okay. But the only way we'll do any video, like I said, even when we're even doing the training physically, we could not complete it. We returned back to virtual. Because when we did our makeup class during the week, like they say, Mr. Steve, please, can we continue virtual? No, I'm coming from this place. I think I'm enjoying this virtual one. Oh. Before I will get to, there's a guy that comes from he told me what I don't know if you're in Lagos. There's a place close to Badagry. It's after I forgot the name of the place. So the guy comes, he will get there. He said he lives 9. He wants to be he wants that knowledge. Now the guy is working as an instructor part-time for a particular institute. I mean, yeah, an institute. Then he's working as a freelancer, right? So that's all of those stress you go and come. Let's just do it virtual. Just be at home. You are listening, you are installing. So you must join with your laptop. That's the first thing. You must. If you're not joining with your laptop, let us know. If I say, Mr. SVL, kindly share your screen. Or how far have you installed the software? You say, sir, Mr. C, please, I'm not with my laptop. It so weakens me. I might not say it so, right? So, but it will weaken me. Like, how will you be on this session? I'm not aware that you're not with your laptop and you're just telling me just a simple DM, right? You know, it's compulsory. It's even, you even state it, right? So you have to join with your laptop in the outline and everything. Now, so you see that you have to join with your laptop. Very compulsory. If you're not joining with your laptop, maybe you let us know. Don't worry, trainings will be recorded. Physical class, all of those things. There are cases whereby you might not want to record, right? To do video and the likes. So, but the cybersecurity aspect of it, we expect everyone to. So that's for that. Any other question? We need to move fast now. So I think I've extended my time. So any other question, Mr. Thank you for that question. So any other person?
No, we are okay.
Thank you.
I think everything is fine. So how about installing the softwares?
Yeah, when we start now, you are in the group already now,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yes. So just download them, keep them to your system. Just download them. We install them together. You understand? So we don't want people to start installing and start sending messages now. I got this error. No, no. We are doing it. There's a step. We just said we shared the first batch. After like maybe upper week, we're starting this week, Saturday. After upper week, yeah, or before even upper week, there are some tools we'll still maybe next week we'll still share some couple of tools again to download them, which we'll be using, we'll make use of another time. So it's very, 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 very important. So download, just follow instructions, read, always check the Telegram platform. So I'm more of a Telegram person. If you had gone through my this thing, I'm more of a Telegram person than a WhatsApp person. So I said it the last time. So I honor Telegram messages faster because I know these are IT guys most of the times. These are my IT guys. Like I see it as, oh, people who are in that same field or you've known me. So, but WhatsApp messages can come from different persons, different, and you see me on WhatsApp to send messages or reminder. Yeah, I do that because I feel it's necessary. Some people might not be checking it, so I want to check after 4 messages, they received like 4 messages. So I think that will be all for now. Any other questions? So, Mr. Sunday, you are with us. Ask your question.
Yeah, I'm with you. Thank you very much, facilitators, for that for this wonderful exposure. I want to ask this the program listed in the flyer that we went to. Is it a comprehensive package for any individuals that attempts to reach cybersecurity, either in MSc level, or either in BSc level, MSc level? Is it a comprehensive package? in the theoretical, in the, let me say, the practical aspect of cyber security?
Okay. So you asking if it is a thank you for the question, Mr. Sunday. You're asking if it's a complete package for someone that maybe that is studying masters that's or that wants to read masters. In the 4 walls of school, in the school setting, uh, the way it's being done over there. So that's why we say this is 100% practical. We're not talking too much stories. So we are working. We are not reading.
Sir,
Yeah. So
sir, let me help him. You see, in that masters in cybersecurity, what they will be teaching you there is they will be teaching you theory and then encryption. They will be teaching you different kind of encryption. They will teach you just more of theory. I did mine with Center for Information and African Center for Information, National Open University. So that then I did in Uniport another masters in telecommunication and specialized in cybersecurity. But we are not doing any practical. Oh. The one I did with National Open University, Africa Center for cybersecurity. They give National Open University certificate. They are teaching more of how to encrypt and decrypt. So there is nothing like practical. You understand? So if you go and do, then you do your PhD. Maybe if you do your PhD, you will still be teaching your students the practicals, the theory they are teaching you. Whatever practical you are learning is an added advantage here. So don't expect that they are going to teach you practicals there.
Thank you very much for the clarification. I understand in a conventional university, most of the lecturers there, they don't have the stuff in the practical. What they are specialized in the theoretical aspect. That's why I'm asking because I believe this platform will be the comprehensive package for any cyber security student. I'm just inquiring.
yes, okay. That's thank you, Mr. Israel, for responding to that question. So I don't know, first, do you have this training outline? Yeah. So if you don't have the training outline, I think I'll have to share it. I already shared it to Telegram group, so I can still share it personally, like privately. I think maybe I'll just find time to just share the PDF instead of just sharing this. So those are open it fine. So like I'm scrolling down, you see that there are several um, aspects of the security. So why the way it's prepared is because we work for organizations. We provide supports. We we are provide security solutions to organizations. So this is in line with the industry. So every fundamentals or the theoretical aspects that you will learn in the before was of school or maybe in the masters. Sometimes we are configuring router. We explain as you're configuring router can do X, Y, Z. Let's see it. I'll show you just like I've showed you. So like that, you move to this aspect. So everything. So I don't know the curriculum for cybersecurity masters, but I know of someone in Mozambique. I don't, is it Mozambique or one African country, Mauritius or something? The guy, can't remember the African country, but I know it starts with M, maybe Mozambique or something. So the guy went there to do, I don't know if it was master or one program. He said they did CCNA, they gave them so many stuffs. So he came across me talking on YouTube, explaining some things. Then he got in touch to one of my guys via Telegram. I mean, sorry, Telegram, Instagram. Sent a message. Then we told him, "Oh, we don't have any training coming up yet." He said he wants to learn something fast, 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 fast. There's something. They say, "Oh, if it is a private session, fine, no, but it's expensive." But so wait till like 3 or 4 months time. We'll be having a session, a training like this. He said, okay, he waited for the guy patiently waited. So his program now, what you'll be working on is still ahead. So when the guy, we had a conversation, lengthy conversation, what he was telling to me that he has known all IP addressing in his head. Like he has read all the old books. He doesn't even know what class A, class B, doesn't even know the range. He has been talking, we talked about router. He has not configured router. He learns firewall, all of these things. So that what I'm saying in essence is this. So we will not say theory aspect is bad, but we are bringing you to field. We are doing something realistic for you. Don't even so it is bundled. So if you go through this outline, you cannot do your further research. But take note, even in this course, you will define your paths at the end of the day. You will not say, after you learn everything, you will say you want to know everything. But you are working on everything. You are submitting the tasks and the assignments. You will understand everything in a banking hall or environment. I can't say because I'm the security analyst. I'll, uh, I see something that has to do with digital forensics that I have no knowledge or understanding about. So no man is an island. There are cases whereby even some of the students will tell me or explain a couple of things or tools or research they've made. Like, so, but the good thing of the beauty of this training is this: your mindset has been shaped. Your mindset has been opened. Your mind has been opened. Your you have the skills, the technical know-how. You can confidently or you can take some risk when you're doing your research, your further research outside. We are not giving you 100% of cybersecurity from Genesis to Revelation. That's a big lie. Even though all of these things you see will bundle there, there's some things that like, oh, there might not be here, one or two things that will not. But take note, we can't say that, or I can't say that, oh, I know everything from head to the toe. But I will tell you that there is no thing, no interview or what they will call me for, something they will call me. I will tell you, I have no head, or is it part of security, or because the way we think, we eat security, we think security, we work security, it's just the nature. It has been embedded. It has been built in us. So that's just it. And it's a practical aspect of it. It's not the theory. So when we even do OSINT, we are using Motego, we're using a couple of platform that FBI in the US uses. So use it for some forensics. I mean, some for open source intelligence. On your own, you decide to use further OSINT platform or two. But your mind has been exposed to what OSINT is all about. That's just the beauty of it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Mr. Sunday. So I think if you're cleared, you let me know. Mr. Sunday, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are loud and clear from my side.
All right. So you get all I've said?
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right, so that's all for that aspect. So Mr. Musa or Mr. Samuel, any question from you? So call it a day or your own consign. You're having any consign at all, tell me, or you want to tell me after the session, let me know. So because everyone here, I actually might not know those that attended. So you can send me a message or a hi that I joined. Do I need XYZ information? I need clarification. But if you just send me hi, I might not know who you are. Because if you just send me hi, I'll say, what is hi about? And I cannot be telling you, do you want to learn cybersecurity? Because you first must have seen it somewhere and say you are interested or you need to know, get one or two information. I will not know what to, because if you tell me hi, I will tell you, I might not respond, I'll say hello. Or I'll tell you, or do you want me to set up a network for you? Or do you want us to carry out a VPT on your lab or your environment or your organization? So if it's the training, just tell me that, oh, you're in for the training, you want to register or you want more verification, then I can jump on a call with you or just give you more briefing. So that's all for now. Mr. Um, Mr. Mr. Effects or Ife, Mr. Ife, right? So you reach out to me later. You're already in that group. So I wonder how you be downloading where you be installing those tools. So let's see how that laptop can be what's in this week. All right. So if you want to register, please let me know. Let me know. I can message you, or if you register, you've not got any mail, please let me know. I can share with you. So Mr. Sunday, Mr. Samuel, My colleague is still in this call. Thank you. Everyone, Mr. Musa too. Thank you for joining this session. So I hope to embark on this journey with you. If you're in the group, please pay attention to every messages. So take keep your eyes on every messages that will be shared to the platform. So more will be unfolded as we progress. So thank you all and do have a blessed, wonderful nights first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you, sir.